table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we too Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
There you go. There you go.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting the score next. My J's all net, me and Jay just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'ma fish you like a rep, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make sure watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a FanDuel. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
When you establish a culture, that's what you do every day. That creates one thing, but it's your identity.
Yeah. It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Y'all know what's up with the what's up, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Nets fans is the best fans. Listen, shout out to Bra. This is JTV. Easy. Even though he trolling. Net Press Podcast. Dylan BTB. I gotta make him a moderator on this page. He became a member to the page. Dennis Milton, 8RSL, Lecky T, Reholla 88, Iceman, the tip off of Brooklyn Nets Podcast, Joey BK all day, win, lose, or draw. We here. Shout out to Joey BK. We out here. Listen, you know, I was trolling Knicks fans before I got here. You know, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. They wanted no parts of me. I seen LM on X talking about we need a point guard like Halliburton. Of course we do. He had zero turn. He did all of that with zero turnovers. He had a triple double, bro. I didn't know he was unstoppable like that. He was getting work tonight, bro. Shout out to Eric Kwan in the building. Shout out to Talal Montez in the building. Oh man. Y'all wanna put some ones in the chat if y'all wanna see some Knick fan pain. The job not done. The job not done. We not going to X to look at Knick fan pain because the job we not no, not yet. Lecky T in the building. What up, Lecky T? Listen, I had a clutch article and I can't find it. It was saying Cam Johnson to the Spurs, something about them not needing the number 2 pick. And I know we was talking about that because they got Castle and Fox. So, you know. It's interesting how we was in that mix. I gotta find that article. If any of y'all got that article, let me know. I don't know what to do first. Should I troll the Knicks or should I get to the article? Ay. What are we talking about? Eric Kwan said the Knicks are cooked. Lecky T said no disrespect to BK had to leave his live. He what? Oh shit. He said he meat riding the fuck out of Mikal. Damn, that's terrible, man. Knowing that them Knicks fans was talking hot about the draft picks. I don't even know if that's Mikal's fault. I don't even know why Tibbs kept going to him after he missed the first two. I mean, he was high. He made down those first. You gonna just let him keep shooting by himself? He knocked down the first two, passed the ball. He never was the type to take over for the first option. He could step up while the first option is maybe cold or some shit like that. But he can't do that shit on a regular basis. Oh, hold on. I'm finna have fun tonight. I'm finna have some fun tonight. Y'all know I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. But I gotta talk about shit. The job not done. You know, I try to bestow some of this wisdom on my old co-host T-Time, and I figure he just look at it the way he do, not necessarily acknowledging the basketball knowledge that I was bestowing upon him about this whole situation with the trade and everything like that. But that's neither here nor there. Shout the Knicks in this, shout to them. But I was cooking on that KBN Who Run the City podcast. Yeah, I know who team doing what, but I was cooking. Trust me. Oh man, this Nick Fat pack is I'm so grateful for this Nick Fat pack. I said I'm so grateful for this Nick Fat pack. I know we got Joey in the chat. We got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in the chat. We got all these fans in the chat just waiting to cook the Knicks. I think I said my piece. But I ain't done yet. Hold on. I can't find that article, man. Where is that article? Where is that? You know what? Forget the article. I'll get to the article later. I ain't even tripping on that. Shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. I'm about to throw the link in the chat. We just gonna cook Knick fans until I find this article. And the thing is that, even with McBride, him not getting no clock, I'm just like, damn, Shaman took minutes from McBride? Like, that's crazy. I don't know, man. No Quickly. They ain't been playing Cameron Payne. No Quickly, no DiVincenzo. That bench looking. They don't look like it used to look. Quickly used to put up points for them. They used to always talk about who the better six man, Lonnie Walker or Quickly, or who better, Cam Thomas or Quickly, because it was clear that Cam Thomas was better than Quentin Grimes. Like, yo, I mean, it is what it is, man. Oh man, they was getting cooked. They cannot score. They traded their whole identity. They don't even know who they are anymore. Traded it for Cat. At least Julius Randle was tough. Cat, he get in foul trouble, and he be trying to avoid. I don't know what's up with him, man. He could score the ball. Like, it's hard to stop him, but you got to learn how to stay on the court. It was nasty work, yo. I think that that pace they play with, that's tough to beat. This is the last games of the season in the playoffs, and they running up 130 something points. Shout the Woopeg in the chat. He a moderator on this page. Shout the people from the building.
What's
what up?
that?
It's his job not done, man.
On the brink of an elimination. You already know. You know what I'm saying? You know, Breezy. Almost done. It's almost done though. Almost done. Almost done. What's good, man? What's good? They talking about the Spurs don't want to. I guess then they're not trying to trade the number 2 pick now. Some shit
I
like
mean,
that.
I don't know, man. How useful is it for them? You know what I'm saying?
I guess some picks and Cam Johnson, or whoever.
Trade
You
Cam
know.
Johnson. It's that simple. You think they'll take Cam Johnson
Nah.
and have him at the two?
Probably not. Yeah, because it depends on how much they value whatever Harper. I'm sure they're gonna take Harper. Probably.
All right. So, peoples, this is what we gonna do, peoples.
That's crazy.
We gotta figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna do
Facts.
a net fan reaction to what's going on X. Now, I mean, we finna go over there and see what's going on. Shout out to Leaf on X doing work. Shout out to Ice. What up, Ice?
Chillin', what's good? What's good?
Chilling. I was looking for an article, but I couldn't find it. So I was just cooking the Knicks fans while I got a chance to, trying not do on the side.
Wow. Anytime we can smoke on the Hicks pack.
Say it again, Bree.
They was popping up on your chat on TikTok.
Man, I had 3 lonely Knicks fans, and three of them came on the panel, and that was it. They was done for the night. They, you know what I'm saying? They tucked it in and went to sleep early. You know what I mean?
Nah, all facts. But yeah, man, what's good with you, man? How did you get a chance to watch the game, or how you?
Yeah. I was streaming before the game, and then after Jay's little show on Instagram. If y'all ain't check it out, go check out This Is Jay on Instagram after him. Then I went back live, and he pulled up on my live, so I went live for probably 6 hours, 7 hours today. You know what I mean? Streaming heavy on TikTok.
Nah, you running shit over there, don't lie.
I'm trying. I'm getting there. You know what I mean? I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? TikTok pushing me to go live every day. Post going viral every day.
Facts. Yo, I'm with it, bro. Like, I'm with it. Even if I can't jump on, I'm shit.
Yeah, facts. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? I got folks coming over here right now to watch this live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but let's do this real quick. Ice, what you think about just the head-to-head coach matchup before they get on the court? Because I feel like Carlisle's out coaching Tibbs. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like how you feel about the coach matchup?
I wouldn't say. I don't know if he's out. He probably is out coaching them, but I think that. Well, it has to be because it's the coach. I think the pace is killing the Knicks, and they can't figure out what to do with Halliburton at all. You know what I mean? Like he running the table on them, light work. You know what I mean? So I think Tibbs is getting out coached, and I think the Knicks is running. I think they legs is tired, man. It's not like they giving up, but they don't got enough. You know what I mean? I don't think
they're
they got
almost
enough.
out of gas. They're almost out of gas.
Yeah, all I'm saying, listen, man, the defense was supposed to come from McCallum, OG. They're supposed to take a large part of that responsibility, and they're not doing it, bro. It is what it is, bro. You can't let a team run up 130-some points and think, you know what I'm saying? That's defense, bro. There ain't no fucking defense.
At the same time, he ain't got no bench, though. I mean, who you going to roll out on the court?
He got a good enough bench to use it.
He don't have no bench. He ain't got no bench. He ain't got nobody.
His bench won him the last game.
I mean, once in a while, they everybody pros. You know what I'm saying? And pride and shit because they're not playing. They don't get no minutes. You know what I'm saying? Breezy, they all pros. Some people gonna show up, and some people gonna fall asleep on somebody who's not playing any minutes. And he slipped through, give you 8 points, 9 points. You know how it is. It's NBA, and they all whatever 350, 400 people. They all great, man. Even whoever's not playing too. I'm sure they got skills. Y'all know this shit, man. You can't sleep on the guys. You know what I mean? It could be like 6'1" guy, 6'2" guy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're hungry. They want to play any minutes. any minutes. They're dying for it.
Yeah,
Because you're a man. You got contract, right, Breezy, and you're not getting no minutes. You gonna say what the fuck, man? So
yeah, man. Yeah,
facts.
it's like that. But yo, yeah, shout out to Peoples, man. We got also Dylan and we got Notorious on the panel with us. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we gonna mix it up. I wanted to go to Notorious, then Dylan. Notorious, man. You seem really exuberated with joy, you know what I'm saying? But the job not done. So you know what I mean? Don't move with haste, my net fan friend.
Yeah, man.
They
Job not. How job not finished. Like Kobe said, job not finished. But I watched the game tonight. The Pacers are clearly the deep and better team. Yes, Tibbs is getting out coach, but it's only so much he can do. People want him to go to his bench, but the thing is, he's going to trust the guys who he trusts. He trusts about 6 to 7 of those
Okay.
guys who got him there throughout the season. He don't really trust that bench. But
That's
the
fucked up, bro.
is
But let's
Indiana
slow
can
it down. But let's
Indiana.
hold on. But look, Notorious. Like how you just going like you gotta walk past those guys. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like they there, right there. Like yo, put me in the game, coach, and you gotta ignore them while they saying that. They in the
Yeah, but
huddle
I,
with
I I hear what you're saying. But in the playoffs, coaches don't really run a deep rotation anyway. The thing is, Indiana is a special case because they're a team that can actually go 10 deep, and they've been doing that all year. You feel what I'm saying? And you put that on top of the point about what Ice brought up about pace. Listen, I got 10 guys that can run you into the ground, and you only playing about 6 or 7 guys. You know what I mean? It's
That's
gonna be a
hard
long
though. Yeah, that's hard to deal
yeah, it's
with
gonna be
because
a
you got
long night
no
for you.
bodies.
So
You got no bodies.
so yeah, Carlisle is out coaching him, but I mean he also has the better team. Um, I said this before, man. The Knicks clearly don't have a third option, and we knew eventually it would come to bite them in their ass. Six pick Mick, that's what I call Mikhail. That's his new nickname from me. Six pick Mick and
Yo,
OG.
they
Oh
killing them in the Knicks spaces. They killing Bum Bridges, yo. Oh my God, Breezy. They're like, you had a layup and then you did that weird flinging like Kermit the Frog fadeaway. That's
yeah,
what
I
they
mean,
say. I was like,
well,
yo,
that's the
I
thing
was
though. They
dying, yo.
I mean, they acting like we didn't tell him Mikal was soft. They like, why is Mikal not going to the hole and why is he not making layups? Because he
He,
doesn't like contact and he's soft as baby shit. But we've been telling y'all that. Y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all celebrated when y'all got him, and you thought you was going to really relive some shit that they did in college. And now shit is you're finally starting to see what it is. But anyway, Mikal and Hart stunk it up. But what do you expect? They're only role players at best. Knicks bench is ass.
it's beautiful because next year you don't know who else is gonna come through in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Another year passes, over there across the bridge. Nothing's gonna
Right.
happen. That's
All
a good
right.
thing.
The
It's a good
the
thing.
Knicks bench is ass, and they have too many players playing bigger roles than what they should be playing. That's the problem. Another thing, their offensive firepower comes from two players who are liabilities on defense. So that's also a big problem. Um, Indiana is going to clearly close them out, man. They on borrowed time, man. And it is what it is. I mean, they got lucky in the Boston series, and they thought they was clear, and they was going to be the clear favorites to go to the finals. They underestimated the Pacers, who was the better team, and
Facts. They
it's actually
underestimated
shown.
them though. They thought it was gonna be easy or some shit, and then damn Pacers came through though. I'm surprised though. I'm not gonna lie. Because I thought I was feeling sad because I'm thinking like 2 home games they're gonna wash the
Bro,
Pacers
that
and
regular
shit,
season
at
shit don't
home
mean
and shit.
nothing, bro. It
You
don't mean
know.
nothing. The Knicks didn't really beat nobody in the regular season. They were
No,
like
I'm talking about just
0-14.
having a home games like first 2 home games. It always matters. I guess not in these playoffs, but usually home games.
Nah,
You
that
know,
shit don't matter. It's game by game basis,
probably,
man. But I'm gonna pass it off
yeah,
to Dylan.
yeah,
probably, yeah, game by
yeah,
game.
yeah. Shout out to Dylan. Yeah, what up, Dylan?
Play by play, I guess. It's not even game by game, play by
What's
play in
good,
the
yeah?
playoffs, right? Play by play.
Chilling, man. I don't know.
That's facts, though. Big facts.
I've been trying to figure out what's going on with that Cam Johnson thing. I was looking for the article. I couldn't
Oh
find it
God.
though.
Oh God.
It was about Cam
Spurs. I don't think
Johnson going
they
getting
don't. I don't
traded
think
to
they
the
want this
Spurs.
guy.
Hold
God
on,
damn.
peoples. Hold it down. It was about Cam Johnson getting traded to the Spurs. Did you heard anything about it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been linking Johnson with the Spurs at that 14th overall pick for a while now.
Ooh, Dylan Harper. Well, I was thinking Dylan
Nah,
Harper.
the realisticness of moving up to 2 is slim to none. I mean, we've known this. Like, there's rumors about it, but realistically, there's no logical sense in them moving 2 unless if it's for Giannis. Like, there's really no need for it. Um, I mean, with Johnson, you're more so looking at that 14th overall pick. I've been linking Johnson over the past couple of weeks now to Houston at 10, Portland at 11, Atlanta at 13, San Antonio at 14, OKC at 15. I think those are the 5 teams that make the most sense, that have shown interest in him in the past. Outside of Portland, they're more so of a newer team. But yeah, I mean, there's about 5 to 7 teams that could look into him on draft night that could help Brooklyn move up. So realistically, Cam Johnson, 26 overall pick, that should be able to move you into that I would say 11 through 15 range very easily. Houston will be a little bit more complicated because of salary fillers, but other than that, I think 11 through 14 is very realistic for Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, listen, can we get Rashae Fleming at 14?
I personally wouldn't take him that high. I would hope that he falls to 19. And the only reason I say that is because though he is a very versatile player who's going to probably be a very impactful player in terms of role player in this league, I personally think when you're a rebuilding team at the level that Brooklyn is, you need to draft based on the highest upside. And 9 times out of 10, an upperclassman isn't going to have more upside than a freshman.
So
if
who's,
you
who's
are
better?
moving,
Who's better to pick Rashae Fleming at 14?
I mean, if you're talking about 14, I'm literally doing just like a quick little mock draft right now. I mean, in the range of 14, you could be looking at one of either Agor Demon, Carter Bryant, Noah Senge, Colin Murray Boyles.
So,
There's
but that's
a
that. Let
couple
me
of
ask
guys that
you.
I look
Hold
at.
on. Let's. What you think about that, Dylan? Would you take Diego over Rashae Fleming? Him being the point guard and all.
Well, it depends. Who do you realistically think the Nets land at 8? Is it Kneppel? Do you think Fierce falls? Do you think it's Kaman Maluak? Like, it depends on really what you think the most realistic pick is. To me,
I don't think with Jordy Fernandez representing the Brooklyn Nets going all the way to Chicago, I know he care about point guards. It's easy for me to say that
I
with
agree.
the Brooklyn Nets, but
I definitely agree, but that's the thing, right? Does Fierce fall to 8? To me,
it's
he is a
hard to
better
say.
prospect than Trey Johnson, and I will stand on that until it is proven wrong.
Hey,
I think
hey
Fears
Dylan.
is the
He
5th
he
most
worked out
impactful
with us. I
prospect
know
this
that
year.
for sure. Though he worked out with the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, he hasn't worked out specifically for the Nets. He had a draft combine interview, which is when they just sit and talk.
Oh yeah.
But to me, the Jeremiah Fears is the 5th overall prospect in this draft. I have him above Trey Johnson. I have him above Derek Queen. I have him above Kneppel and Maluak. So realistically, one of Utah or New Orleans at 5 and 7 is probably Brooklyn's biggest threat to Fears, which is why I'm kind of putting out that idea that if Fears is not available at 8, who do you pivot to? It'll likely be one of either Kneppel or Maluak. So in that scenario where we're trading up to 14, who would you prefer at 8, Kneppel or Maluak, if those are the only 2 available?
Well, here's
I
the
mean, I
thing.
don't watch enough Duke games to answer the question,
Hey,
but I
hey
would say
I
the
Dylan.
think
7-footer off of just
I think it's
basketball.
gonna be Queen. I think it's gonna be between Queen, Mollywalk, and Fears. Depends on who we
No,
pick at
no,
8.
no, no. Nah, it's gonna be one of the guys at the top because I know for sure between Pelicans and Washington wants either Maluach or Queen before they go Fierce. That's a fact. Jazz wants Trey Johnson and then maybe Fierce, but they want more Trey Johnson. So if
So
one of those dudes end up falling, you know what I mean, he could make it or he might not because Pelicans
yeah,
do want Fierce,
but based
but they want Queen as well as Washington does. So
yeah, so based off
Dylan's
of
right.
what you
He
say,
could land at Pelicans and they could take him.
but
But
based off of
somebody
what
else
you
is
saying,
Realistically,
going to drop down.
realistically, the only scenario where Fears falls to 8 at this current moment in time, and I'm looking at it right now, is if Utah goes Trey Johnson, if Washington takes Derek Queen, because that likely puts New Orleans in between a three-way tie between Kneppel, Fears, and Maluak, all three of which they have interest in.
Yeah,
and to me, knowing that Brooklyn has interest in Kneppel, and they've made that blatantly obvious, you'd have to think that's where New Orleans goes.
But what I'm saying is, you being a Duke fan, tell us why. Like, why are we interested in him? Like, what's
in
so
which
good
one,
about
Kneppel or
Kneppel for
Maluak,
us
or
to be
both?
interested?
In Kneppel, Maluak, or both?
I mean, whoever the Brooklyn Nets
Kneppel is the best
interested
shooter
in, like,
in the draft.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's reports that they're interested in Kneppel,
and Trey
I want to
Johnson.
know why. Like, what does he do? I know you're a fan of Duke.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 6'7" wing that is, and I continue to say this, that he is a modernized Klay Thompson. And when I say modernized, I'm saying a guy who isn't just a catch and shoot floor spacer that can play defense at a all-star level. He has the upside of being a very good defender with the ability that Klay Thompson really didn't have, which is putting the ball on the floor to create his own shot, whether that's through the mid-range, whether that's step back threes off of an isolation. You know, there's different avenues to his game. He's a much better finisher at the rim than Klay Thompson is.
I didn't know he was 6'7", Dan.
I mean,
I don't agree with that.
I
don't agree with that. Con Kneppel is slow-footed. He has a limited bag. His defense is not all there, and he's soft. I'm good on him.
Well, you're also looking at a player who was considered the third option over there, and not to mention as a third option at Duke, he averaged 14 points on 49% shooting and 41% from three.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying with the Duke thing. I'm not talking about the Duke thing, okay? I'm looking at when he gets in the fucking league and he got to go up against the Ant-Mans.
And that's every college player.
Type of guards that's going to eat him for lunch because he's an unathletic player who's slow-footed, and he really don't got no bag like that. His bag is limited. Yes, he can shoot.
You watched? Hold on, you watched them too? You watched Duke too?
Yes, I've watched games of his, and I watched tape on him.
Did you see the two games that he was in that Cooper Flag was hurt?
You said what?
Did you see the two games that he was in that Cooper Flag was hurt when he sprained his ankle during conference championship play? Did you watch those two games?
No, I didn't, but I'm not really concerned about college.
I believe he dropped 22 in each of them. And he shot highly efficiently. He had over 6 rebounds in each of them, I believe. The playmaking numbers are solid on him. He is a modernized Klay Thompson.
We can agree to disagree. I think when he gets to the league, his ceiling is a solid role player.
Like what kind of role player?
I completely agree. I don't think a Klay Thompson like player in today's NBA is an all-star anymore. 10 years ago he was, but today he's not, right? What I'm saying is that could be your third option. This is your Austin Reeves like third option potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it like him as being an Austin Reeves or something like that. Austin Reeves,
right? And if you look at some of the top players in the league today, not all of them are incredible ball handlers and super athletic, right? I mean, Luka Doncic literally looks like he came out of a strip club smoking hookah all night, fucking 12-pack deep.
But the thing is, Luka in shape now. You ain't seen new Luka, man. Luka in shape now.
Luka got a high basketball IQ. He has a high basketball IQ.
Kneppel has a very high.
Luka got in shape, bro.
I seen that.
I think that's a real fat suit.
Hold on.
Kneppel does have a very high IQ.
Let's go around the panel. We gotta go to Jay after Dylan, and Leaf on the panel with us too. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but that was my take with Kneppel. I mean, again, if I watched 26 winning games this year and 56 losses for Kneppel, yeah, I'm gonna be upset. But it really just depends on the rest of what you do, right? If you take Kneppel at 8 and you move up to 14, you're likely looking at Igor Demin or Kasparas Jakučionis. And I personally think Jakučionis is one of my 5 least likable prospects this year, just in terms of upside, style of play, efficiency.
You kind of
But
remind me of
hold on. Let me ask
issues that I see with it.
Hold on. Let me ask Dylan this before we go around the panel. Shout out to Easy. He joined the panel too. Again, of course, I'll make this decision partly because of Cam Thomas. Right now, I will pick Kamal Malua over Con Knipple because I know that Cam Thomas could run a pick and pop and the pick and roll with a Kamal Malua. Easy work. And I like the fact that he played for his national team. You know, if they recruit you that early to hoop on your national team, you're good. I think Zach Edey is a good example of that. But not to be long winded, we're gonna go to Dylan. Then just pass it to Jay after that, Dylan.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, again, you also have to think about how the rest of the board is falling in terms of the draft board, right? If Washington takes Derek Queen at 6, there's likely not a team between 15 through 19 that is looking at the center position, which means if you get Knepel at 8, Demon is available at 14, possibly, and if he is, you trade up and you take him. At 19, that means you could get Thomas Sorber, a guy who can play through the pick and roll, who is much more physical, who is much more NBA style ready in terms of his body, his frame, his athleticism than a guy like Nick Claxton. Claxton's way too frail, way too skinny. Thomas Sorber is 6'10", 250 pounds at 19 years old. If there's a world where you can land Knepel, Igor, and Sorber as your first 3 picks, that's a home run. And that's why I'm saying it really just depends on the scenario, right? Like if Washington decides, let's say Utah goes Fears at 5 and Washington goes Trey Johnson at 6, then yeah, you probably want to take Maluak at 8 because Thomas Sorber is likely going at 18 to Washington. So you really just have to look at how the rest of the board's going to fall to determine the picks. But I already have about 5 to 6 different scenarios on what you can do with the 8th pick, depending on how the board falls there, possible trade-ups between 10 through 15, and then what the board could look like at 19, depending on teams who pick ahead of you in the lottery that are also ahead of you at 19. So it really just depends.
We gonna get to it for sure. I just want to go around the panel. Shout out to this is JTV for joining the panel, man. Shout out to all the guys for joining the panel. Shout out to Jay. Jay, talk to us, man. You feel like cooking on the Knicks fans, or you trying to add to this net fan conversation, man?
Yo, man, all of the above, man. But and I just wanted to say that Luka done got himself in shape, man. Stop shitting on Luka, man. He ain't fat and out of shape no more.
Fat suit man.
Then with this, I agree with what Breezy was saying. I'm really like with that first pick, I'm looking for either Malua, Fears, or Queen. If I don't get one of those 3 with the 8th pick, I'd probably be tight. But at the end of the day, like Dylan was saying, I have been looking into Con Knepel, and he's not as bad as I thought he was. And I mean, I was just making fun of his name mostly, but he's not as bad as it wouldn't be like a total, oh, damn, we got this nigga. Like, it's not like that. But and then the Knicks, man, shout to them, man. Halliburton dad went in there, they lost. You know what I mean? It's just the typical stuff. Obi hit that 3. They shouldn't have traded him, man.
No. But hold on, Jay. The thing I thought was interesting is they jump on my chat and they'll say after those draft picks, but Obi-Wan being in draft pick, I seen 2 ice games, like he iced them, bro. He iced them with a dunk.
I wasn't even watching the game, bro.
I mean, in one game, and then he hit a 3, and he iced them with that. Like that.
You talking about them picks? I wasn't watching the game. I was playing Mario Kart on my phone, but the game was on the TV. I mean, Mario Kart on the Switch, but the game was on the TV. So I'm playing, but I'm not looking at it. But every time I heard Bridges had the ball and he was about to shoot, I was happy. I knew that shit was going to miss. Them last 3 minutes, I remembered him as a net. I'm just like, he's not going to make none of them shots. You don't go to him in the clutch.
No, but hold on, but I'm gonna keep
That's
it real.
The thing about Mikal Bridges. Don't go to him in the clutch and don't give him the ball by half court and let him try to figure something out. Because if they want to take it from him, they're gonna take it from him.
Yo, Tibbs, he gave Mikal hit 2, and then he just gave Three, he gave him three more. Now I get it. If your player hit two, regardless of whoever it is, that third one is a heat check. And if you miss that one in the clutch, and you got somebody like Jalen Brunson and he don't get the next shot, that's tough. Like Macau got the shot like three times in a row. I was like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
that's tough. How you
It was
chucking
beautiful.
Jalen
It was
Brunson?
beautiful. And I think the
Bro,
refs
that's
cheated them a little
crazy.
bit too. That sucks for them though. Refs
That's
definitely.
crazy. How you not gonna give the ball to Jalen Brunson in the clutch? Then he wasn't Mr. Clutch. See, that's
No,
what I don't
somebody.
like. That's
A
no,
shout
but
to
that's it.
Iceman. Shout to Iceman. I
Yeah.
was in Iceman chat. Somebody said, "How Jalen Brunson supposed to be clutch player of the year? And he ain't doing nothing clutch in this series."
No,
Yo,
bro. That's what I'm saying. And this again, I can't
yo.
get close to Nick fans. Nick fans, they see me, they cross the street. You know what I'm saying? I just be
That's
trying to tell
tough.
them the truth. The thing is, what's bad is they lost their identity because Jalen Brunson points don't matter no more, bro. Like when they used to play tough defense and between Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart, they rebounding, giving Jalen Brunson a second chance shot. Bro, they was tough, bro. With
Listen,
DiVincenzo helping or even a quickly helping Jalen Brunson.
They gave up
They had
130
they
the
had
points.
the
They ain't got
job
no
they had
not
defense.
done. The job not
bruh.
done.
I
The
But
watched
job
I'm
not
gonna
I
say
done.
watched
this:
them I watched them
Did you
disassemble
see
that team
Halliburton,
because
bro?
bro, I watched them disassemble that team. And I mean, what more could I
Easily.
say,
They
man?
score
Bro, all I'm
130
saying is
points.
Halliburton
That's
had
food.
30 points,
That's food.
15 assists, 12 rebounds, and 4 steals. If he not point guard 2.0, what you telling me? They
I
said
don't
his
know. What's
assist
this
to turnover.
underrated? Who
He,
who is he under? Who's he supposed to
bro,
be under?
they
And who's
said
rating him? Like
they
what are we
said
talking about?
he
No,
had
they say he overrated.
137 assists to 27 turnovers.
Bro,
That's
he had
crazy.
What
bro,
kind of shit is that, bro? In the playoffs, 137 assists to 27 turnovers.
he had what was his company
Who's
tonight?
doing that?
Bro, listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. There's only three people
He
doing
scored
that.
30 on them. That's
Like,
wow.
yo,
He
he
scored
was
20
in
and a half.
a company, I think, Oscar Robinson and fucking
That's why he scored 20 on them,
um
yo. That shit
Michael
wow.
Jordan, I think. Some.
Yeah,
He was
but
blowing kisses and some shit when you was
but
hitting
y'all was
threes.
cooking.
Yo.
I
That's
that's
wild.
all I really had to say since you
That's
Well, hold
asked.
wild.
on, no, hold on, and we gotta go to Leaf. And again, um, the I think at that point guard we was all talking about. But Leaf is definitely talking about him too.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? You need that. You need a point guard
Oh,
that's
right,
gonna
right.
facilitate. Because again, yeah, you could talk about how many points he had, but dude had like 14 assists too. Like
15.
he was
15
sharing the
and
ball,
12
bro.
rebounds. He had more rebounds than Siakam
He
and
had
Did
triple
Miles
he?
double.
Turner. He
He
had
had a
Did
triple
he?
yeah, he had a
double.
triple double, no
That's wild.
turnovers.
Hold on. Did he have
That's
more
wild.
rebounds than Mitchell Robinson?
I don't know. He had 12 of them.
Maybe
How many
if he
Mitch
had 12
had?
Bro, if
rebounds, how many he had? Probably maybe
I
had
don't know if Mitch
11 or
had
10 or some
12.
shit. I don't think he had 12 though. I don't think oh boy Mitchell Roberts had 12. Didn't look like it.
yo, if
I'm
he
just
had
saying
more,
I was
Halliburton
watching the
out there
game.
putting in work, bro. And whoever said he was overrated, he took that shit to heart. He got a chip on his
Yeah, he took
shoulder
that
out
shit
there.
personal though. This guy took that shit personal. I didn't think he had it in
no, but
him.
hold
He
on.
had it
Let's
in him. I don't know.
hold on.
I didn't
We
think he
gonna
had it
start.
in him.
Hold on, let's go around the panel. I want Leaf and Easy to have this conversation. I want to go around the panel. I want to go to both of them at the same time. Y'all don't have to debate, right? It's not a debate, but I want y'all to have the conversation about who's the better point guard, Halliburton or Brunson.
And I
Like,
know Easy gonna pick Brunson, right?
It's obvious. It's obvious that it's It's
Easy
obviously that it's
be
Halliburton. But I know.
Nick sympathizing.
It's obviously that it's Halliburton, bro. But I know people gonna speak to the simplicity of it, bro. Like, but it's obvious that it's
but nah,
Halliburton, bro.
just say why it's Halliburton.
No, why you
It's
say obvious?
Halliburton.
No, it ain't that obvious.
It is that obvious.
Why you say that? Go ahead.
It's that obvious because what is a point guard's role, bro? I think we keep forgetting and
Exactly.
misplacing what a point guard role is, bro. We got so addicted. Everybody done got so addicted to the Steph shit, bro. Like, just all right, yo, put a whole bunch of points up. Like, yo, nigga could put up 30, but what is he doing for the rest of his team, bro? Like, I mean, in Steph's
Facts.
case, bro. In Steph's case, like a lot of the team is looking for him because he's playing hero ball nine times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is that
you got basically like what Halliburton is basically a mom and pop type of passer on the team, bro. Like everybody eats. And when it's time for him to take over, like tonight, bro, then he take over. Look at the games where a nigga had 30 something points on Indiana Pacers. I guarantee you found 5 other niggas that scored in double figures. That was because of him.
Yo,
His
hold on,
11
hold on.
assists, his double digit assists got
Everybody
them.
eats, B.
Hold on. Let's slow it down to because Leaf is exactly right. Shout out to him getting 300 subscribers. Subscribe to Leaf page. The point guard is primarily responsible for bringing the ball up the court, setting up offensive plays, and ensuring that the ball gets to the right players at the right times. They often drive the teams often calling plays and making strategic passes that lead to scores.
But Brunson said the right player is him at all times. Like at all times, he's get like why would I get the ball to the right player if I'm already the right player? You
Right,
got to
like
think about it.
obviously I'm the right player if they pass it to me as soon as they out of bounds. I'm the first
Hmm.
person they pass it to.
I'm the
So
guy.
obviously I'm the right player. Bro, but the right player at the right times. You see that man heating up. You know that man is he hot in that corner because before y'all started, you seen him in practice before the game started. He was knocking them shits down 10 in a row. Like point guards know little intricate things about their teammates. You know what I'm saying? And
Fact.
I can't lie. After seeing Halliburton, and for one, he not being drafted in the top 3, got me excited as an Nets fan. For two, I know we need a point guard. It's the first thing we should. I would pick a point guard over a center right now, bro. We're seeing how important Halliburton is to that team because that's not the same team without Halliburton. If Halliburton don't play in this game, they don't beat the Knicks, bro. I know
He
they,
doing a lot out there.
bro. The way he, like, the difference between him and Brunson is blaring. It's the facilitating, like, in the turnovers. That part, the assist to turnover ratio is why Halliburton
That
is a better player.
And he not flopping while he doing it.
Yep, I give him that too.
Ethical hoop.
I don't see him out there flopping around like Bumpson.
I ain't gonna lie. As much as I don't like the Knicks, I can't call him Bumpson with Jay because he be hooping, man. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro.
Yo,
But
if his daddy call him a bum, I could call him a bum, man. I told you, man. I got that from his pops, man. His pops, he in the 3-point contest shooting his heart out, and his pops saying, "You a bum." Know what I mean, he looked and seen him. He told me the story.
man, that's probably tough love, man. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this tough love too. He's a bum.
Yeah, easy, man. How you feel about all of this, man? We ain't hear from you yet, man. How you feel about Halliburton? You know what I mean? We just talking ball, and again, I feel like until
He's
Easy
went to
comes,
go get his chopped cheese.
right? Or I
Yeah,
think
my bad, bro. I'm in the hallway and shit.
no,
No,
that's
he's
cool.
he's
Let's
talking to
go with Easy.
Ease.
Yeah, because we ain't hear from Easy yet. Because you say what you said, but there wasn't no pushback. I mean, yeah, it
I
is
would
obviously
well if
Halliburton, but at least I
I
wanted to hear his reason why.
Well,
I would agree with Leaf 100% with everything Leaf said is 100% correct. 100%. Jalen Brunson is a scorer. Yes, he's clutch, but he does not get his team involved. He is not a floor general like Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton can do everything Jalen Brunson can do, and he can run
mm,
a team. That's
so
why
you
he's
trying to
better.
say Brunson is the captain, but Halliburton is the general? It's different.
I don't know if you want
It's
to put it like
different rank.
that.
It's levels to
I
this. It's
see what you
different
did there,
ranks.
Jay. I see
It's
what you
different
did
ranks to this.
I see,
there.
you know, I don't know. I mean, it's different when you got a scoring point guard who just scores, and you got a guard who can run the team
Uh,
and know when to turn it on and score as well.
I need to add something to
And he
that,
gonna
bro.
give you 4 steals too. Don't
Exactly, and
don't
he going
discredit them 4 steals.
yeah, and
Yeah,
he definitely gonna get in the passing lanes and hustle for the rebounds and
hell yeah.
go in there. Like, but I gotta add on this too, bro. I
Do
know.
Brunson get 12 rebounds?
Hell
He
no.
not. Well, I mean, he not diving in there like that, bro, because he trying to lead the break, bro, like and trying to get up and score, get points in bunches.
But
But
shit, this nigga Halliburton doing that too.
yeah, Halliburton is doing that. I
He
mean,
getting the
Halliburton about
rebound and
6'7".
the
trying to
only,
hit the
the only,
break.
the only thing people don't like about Halliburton is his self creation, bro. Like it's not as hot, it's not as crazy as everybody would think it is without his 3-point shot going in.
So
His
it's not
3-point.
really any self
But the
creation
thing,
with
the thing
him.
with Holly is he don't make it look super sexy, no homo. He not super athletic. He
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
dunking.
Like simple is better
Yeah,
with him because the offense is so simple, bro. Everybody is
right,
being guarded. He doesn't have to dance around and
right. He don't
type
got no
shit.
crazy handle. He don't
Yeah,
got no
he
crazy
doesn't he
handle. He
doesn't
not
have to
dunking
show he
on
doesn't have to
people.
show a crazy bag because the
He
offense
not
is
doing
so
step
goddamn
back
simple.
threes. You know,
And
he got
Nigga
and,
his
and
said he
I
got that
know,
Steve Urkel
yeah,
dribble
and
package.
I know, and shout out to him. I know the nigga Bobby is pissed, bro, because the Sacramento Kings traded that nigga for some Demontis Sabonis, bro. Like, and now this
Hold,
nigga just
hold on.
been he been on some big ox shit, bro. Like for the whole time, bro. Meanwhile, I told him that the Sacramento Kings was still not gonna win a playoff series, and I've been right for the last 3 years. Y'all traded
yikes.
away a
Yo,
gold mine, bro. Like
hold
it
on. Y'all
is what
Shots
it
not gonna
is.
fired.
And
say
then you,
hi to the one lady in the chat?
love, what's going on?
Shout
Yes,
out.
sir.
What's
It's
Yeah,
good?
20, it's 25 people watching, man. 24 is guys, man.
Shout out to
Shout out
Claude
to the
Smith,
one
man.
lady
You in the
in the
chat,
chat,
Claude?
man.
Where you at?
He said, "Where Claude at?
no. Shout out
Claudia.
to love though.
Where
What's
Where my
going
Harlem
man
on?
at? Where
Harlem at
King
too?
Ribby at? Where
Oh,
Harlem and King Ribby at?"
They sleep.
Yeah,
Them
they,
niggas
they
but
ain't
got
coming in with the
Harlem.
Knicks fans in the chat tonight. They ain't
yeah,
coming
yeah,
in with
Where
but
them.
JJ at? Big
them
J
niggas
yo,
got
in the
real
chat
drunk
with
and went to
Nick.
look,
sleep.
look, look, look,
Yo,
look. All I'm gonna say, bro, it got quiet in Indiana, bro.
yo.
Two Knicks fans got stabbed in Indiana, bro. Like I think they in ICU.
What the
I
hell?
found that. Yeah, they got
Yeah,
stabbed
I
in.
saw that. I ain't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
want to talk about that. 'Cause I just feel like it shouldn't come to that over basketball,
You know,
bro.
they
It
Yeah,
going
that's
shouldn't come
crazy.
crazy.
to it. No, it definitely shouldn't come to that,
Like
man.
Knicks
But
fans is annoying, but don't kill them.
yeah,
Them niggas
yeah,
not
but if they was probably out there on some bullshit. If I had to paint, if I had to,
Exactly, Lee.
No, hold on.
That's what.
Now
That's what
y'all
I
saying
said.
that? I
I
read the
need more
article.
context. I mean, even though it's some bullshit, nobody should get stabbed. I need more context because
yeah, I definitely
I
need
think
more
I think those
context.
Knicks fans is probably talking shit or doing
Now
something before they
I
know
read the
what to do.
article. It said that multiple people on the count said the Pacer fan is the one who started it. But
Okay.
it could have been something before that. You already know that. It could have been they could have been
Could have
talking
been
shit to
something
him
Hold
before
on.
in a
that.
I'm
different
And
lost.
then
setting,
other
They
bro.
people,
started
yeah,
what?
and then
What
And then
people
happened?
he
see it.
probably
What happened?
waited till the nigga to get in the store, bro. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Jammed him
Well,
up.
hold
But
on.
it,
What happened?
like
What happened? What I
yeah, like
missed? What
All I'm
happened?
saying is they gotta give Hallie a street in Manhattan, bro. He deserves a street
I
sign.
told you,
Damn.
but
Hallie.
okay.
I
But
told
let
you,
me say this
Hallie's
real quick.
kitchen,
Let me
Not
man.
say
giving
this.
that nigga no
You
damn
gotta
Let
change
me say
street
Harold's
this
in
real quick.
kitchen
All
Manhattan.
right,
to
that's
Hallie's
cool.
Hold
That's
kitchen.
on.
all
Let me
right.
bring it.
Hold on.
Not giving
Let me
that
bring
nigga
up this
no
point
street in
though.
Manhattan because the Indiana
Let me bring up
Pacers
an
is finna
interesting.
get flushed down the
Yo,
Hey
toilet
this
by
is
guys,
not
OKC,
let me
bro.
ask
We
y'all a
all
fair,
know
my
it.
question. Let me
nigga.
ask y'all a
Oh
question.
my
Do
gosh.
we think now that was wrong that those Knicks fans got stabbed up, but do we think because those Knicks fans threw that trash at that Indiana Pacers fan, it set the precedence for that type of shit?
Probably,
Probably, yeah.
Well, hold on.
probably.
What I missed? Yo, what are y'all talking about? What
What?
happened?
Now
Listen,
the dude that the Knicks fan threw the trash bags and all that stuff that Hallie
Yeah, I
gave
remember that. Yeah.
flew him out. Yeah, he's saying it was that, you know what I'm saying, did that start
Did that
the
set that type of energy,
No,
that
he
type of
yeah.
it
didn't.
precedent?
probably
Yeah.
did,
He
bro.
missed
Oh
the
yeah.
part about the
Just
stabbing. Y'all not hearing him. He missed
I
the part
can't
about the
say.
stabbing. Y'all gotta explain that to him.
well, the Knicks. Well, from what I heard, two Knicks fans got stabbed in Indiana earlier today.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
Um,
it was
crazy.
after the other game.
no. It happened earlier today.
Oh,
I actually got the article from
Oh,
Chilltown,
nah,
bro.
they
Like,
taking it too far. Hold on.
yeah,
Time
that's
out.
what I said.
Time
That
out.
shit too far.
Hold on. Let me say do my for entertainment purposes only and all of that. Yo, listen, man. Of course, I'm a big fan, Breezy, but the big fan is for optimism, and I know, in the definition of fan, I mean, it's short for the word fanatic, and fanatic is somebody that, you know what I mean, pretty crazy over what it is they love. So I'm saying that to say I do not condone that behavior. I am not stabbing anybody that's a fan of a different team. I don't take it
Facts.
that far. I would
Right.
never take it that far. I never took it that far. And on top of that, my troll game is immaculate.
right.
What about throwing trash
I
on the
mean,
other
I,
team?
I
other
wouldn't
fans.
do
Exactly.
that neither. I
Without
wouldn't do that
being
neither. No,
disrespectful.
no.
Like
Without
I
being
gotta
you
be
know,
all
disrespectful.
look,
respectful. But I
I
mean, but
wouldn't throw trash on the other team because I think
They didn't
the
even
other
play the
team already
Pacers yet.
has trash on them. Know what I
exactly.
mean? Like when I see that Knicks jersey, it's already trash, so you don't
Already
gotta
trash to
add
me,
trash
bro.
to the trash.
Yeah,
Know what I mean?
Orange
that shit
vomit.
is already New York pigeon garbage, bro. Like, so
Orange
Right.
I'm
vomit.
not doing. Look, all I'm gonna say is this. Listen,
New York
I,
pitching garbage is crazy.
yeah, it's definitely New York pigeon garbage, bro, for sure. But all I will say is this, bro. Like, in the case of that, bro, happening, bro, like I would just listen, and I need Knicks fans to hold on to my voice when you clip this. Tread very softly when you go into these different cities, bro. You're not wanted like you think you're wanted, bro. I'm telling you, you're not the royalty that you think you are in these different cities. It's like you lucky that this shit didn't happen in Boston. You lucky that this shit didn't happen in Utah, a real like
Philly.
out of pocket state that don't approve of y'all kind.
Nah,
Don't
but
like I
yo,
mean
but
like let's not act like no. I'm gonna just say this just to say it, bro. Let's
man,
not
check
act
your
like
shit, man.
it's places in America, bro, that don't approve of they con, and they probably was walking around on some probably doing the hot dog stand.
Are you talking about you can't turn those pies to what
You
do you say
can't
the
go to
light?
other niggas'
No.
towns and let your nuts hang and think
Remember
Yeah,
what
you
he
gonna get
said
some
in
you
life?
shit.
can't be going to other people's towns, bro, like that ain't up on the way that things is done in Manhattan, and think that that's your town and you just walk all over it and you just gonna
No, no, nah,
throw the Frank
no,
stand
no,
all
no.
over the
Come
place.
on,
That's
come on,
probably what happened.
hold on, Leaf. No, 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 hold on. Time out. And again, y'all know how I am with Knicks fans, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. What I am saying is this: I didn't see the content, so I don't know what y'all talking about. But I
Keep
do.
scrolling, it'll probably come up.
So y'all seen him? Well, you seen him fly
Nah, they
throw the
don't
Frank
show
Nah,
it.
they
They
don't
stand?
got the
show it. It was
dude
just an
mugshot.
article.
They got
Yeah.
the dude mugshot though. They don't show it. It's not a
Oh,
video
so
of it.
no, that's what I'm saying. Again, New Yorkers, we
But
have
what it
the
said
hold on,
was, all right.
hold on. The New Yorkers, we have the grace of being in the melting pot, like all blended together, ethnic wise, ethnicity wise. So we build with each other differently. We have the advantage as far as perspectives and being able to relate to different cultures because we blended in New York like that. In those places in Indiana,
That's not the same shit.
they got sundown towns out there, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Like
saying? That shit is
we
so
talking about a
different,
state that's
man.
not very friendly, bro. Like
That shit
to the
crazy.
others, bro. Like I'm gonna just leave it at that, bro. Like
Yeah,
Well,
listen, it
me
is
too,
what it
man. I'm
well,
is.
gonna
they
leave it there,
they
man.
said they said Money had gotten into an argument with two Knicks fans, then got kicked out the club. Then they went outside on like a little patio area or something like that, and dude climbed the fence back to get in the club. And then one of the Knicks fans backed out the knife, but he said he
What?
backed it out just to try to defend himself, or just to show it to try to scare him off. And dude backed out a knife and stabbed him or both of them or some shit.
Oh, see, see
Damn.
what happens when
You
context
can't.
is brought
That's
to the
crazy,
Yeah,
man.
conversation.
you
I
can't
don't
back
feel
out.
bad for him
But
then.
hold on,
You
hold on,
can't back out a knife and you can't back out a knife and while sporting Nick gear in Indiana, bro. What's wrong with you?
So
You can't do that.
hold on. But that's what I'm saying. What words escalated to knife being
How you
pulled out
get
in
a
the
knife
first
into
place?
Indiana
Bro,
anyway?
I'm pretty sure those Knicks fans was talking real crazy to them niggas.
Hold on.
If I'm a betting man, they was talking crazy.
That's
Hold
kind
on.
of crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Breezy,
listen.
you back from getting your chopped cheese, bro?
Damn, what?
Yeah,
Nah,
we was waiting for you, brother.
Bro,
nah,
what you got? Onions and
I'm with
green
Joey
peppers?
on this, bro. Like for real, for
nah,
real.
nigga, nah,
Nah, he
nigga.
got onions and red peppers.
See how shit come to light when we get context put to the conversation to the
Exactly.
situation.
Wait,
Nah,
hold on.
who wanna bet that Easy got barbecue sauce and green and
Easy.
red
Put
peppers in
that
that
fat
shit?
ass sandwich down, nigga.
Yo, I can't even get a fucking word out, my nigga. This what
All
the
right,
fuck
go
I'm
ahead, Easy,
saying,
go
my
ahead.
nigga.
We
What the
heard you
fuck?
say nah, bro.
Yo, god damn. No,
About to get mad barbecue sauce on his bed, bro. Got the Philly freeway.
nah, it's not even that, my nigga. It wasn't. I ain't even get no food, nigga. I damn near fell asleep listening to shit. I just woke the fuck back up. I came back in at the right time, my nigga.
Nigga
Hold
woke
on,
up hungry.
real quick.
Yo,
Nigga said I woke up hungry, nigga. The fuck? There ain't no food here, my nigga. Just a
I
bottle
was
of
about
water,
to
my
say,
nigga.
let
It's
that
a
nigga
bottle.
eat, man. Let that nigga eat.
It's a bottle of water and 2 splits right here, my nigga.
I
That's what's
got you,
going on
bro.
right here.
Like,
That's all that's going on right here, my
I
nigga.
got you, bro. Go ahead.
Real quick, my nigga. I know we talking about this thing real quick. All I want to say is 2 individuals got hit. I ain't trying to condone that right there. It shouldn't even come nowhere close to that. But real quick, what I'm saying right here, right? I know the article is giving us the information, the light to the situation that we don't have too much information about, but I just gotta remind niggas that, remember, it's the media. What they write down on a piece of paper could be something completely different that we would see in a video. So all because the article would say like, oh, Knicks fan backed out a knife. That don't explain the whole situation. It gave us some context, but that context could be out of place as well.
But I think the Knicks fan, well, the way they were saying it was the Knicks fan said that to police, like that he was
Easy, he
trying to
said it though.
defend
Easy.
that he was trying to defend himself, like, yo, just back off type
Yeah, but
shit.
I can't.
And
That's a
that
statement,
other
though.
dude
That's what I'm
wasn't with
saying,
the
though.
back off.
But this is what I'm saying, though.
That
We
coming
talking
from the
about
Knicks
statements.
fan mouth. That's not coming from third person.
No, but what I'm saying though, Joey, like we talking about statements. I'm talking about we need to see an actual video, because when we see actual footage, instead of hearing what people saying, he say, she say, and what we try
Okay,
to
so
depict
I'm
as
gonna
the
say
truth.
this,
So
right?
hold on. Easy. Can I read this and then have you react to it based on just what the article say?
Oh, you
Not
found
just
it?
yeah. This is Indianapolis area crime. This was posted the 27th. This is today. So basically, it said a Carmel man. Okay, I thought that was some like little slide. They trying to
What?
say light skinned black man or
Hey,
something, but
yo.
it's Carmel,
Yo,
Indiana.
pause. What's going on, my nigga? Yo,
Yo,
I'll
you
leave if I
funny.
got to, bro. I'll leave if I got to, bro.
Carmel is the ice cream factory, bro.
Right.
No, nigga, that's Carmel, Indiana, nigga.
That's
What we doing
Carvel,
now?
nigga.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my
But that's
god, bro.
Carmel, Indiana.
Yeah. Hold on. A Carmel man has been charged after he reportedly stabbed 2 people. Damn, he stabbed 2 people? Including one New York Knicks fan
You
at a
can't stab
brewery.
one Nick. It got to be Knicks. Nah, that's not
No,
funny.
that's crazy. At a brewery during Game 2 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals earlier this month. Pacer fan harassed in New York arrives in Indy on invite from Tyrese Halliburton. Okay, according to court documents filed on Tuesday in Hamilton County, 24-year-old Jared Funk has been charged with 1 count of battery by means of a deadly weapon, a level 5 felony, 1 count of battery resulting in serious bodily injury, a level 5 felony, 1 count of criminal recklessness committed with a deadly weapon, and a level 6 felony. Oh man.
You're going to jail now.
Damn, bro.
Guess who's going to
Going down for
jail
the count.
tonight?
He going down.
Right.
It's
I'm not
never
saying he
that
was
serious. What's
I ain't
his
gonna lie.
name?
Breeze, man.
Yeah,
Read
whatever
the
your
article.
name
You're
is,
getting
bro.
caught up right
It's
now,
not
bro.
that
We
serious.
gotta get through it,
We
bro.
gonna
Yeah,
do this
Let
shit
me
like
let me
get
get
to the
it.
good
Hey,
part.
Yeah,
we
real
gonna
you're
do
quick.
getting
this
caught
shit
up
like
right now, my nigga.
we
Real
gonna do
quick.
this shit
Scroll
like
back
the
up to his
Monopoly
picture.
Hold on,
man.
y'all.
Do not
Scroll
pass
back
go.
up to
Do
his
not
picture.
collect
Hold on.
$200. Go straight to jail.
Hold on.
Scroll back
I'm
up to his picture real quick.
we ain't gonna finish, brother. Hold on, let me get through this, bro. Officers with the Carmel Police Department were called to a brewery on the evening of May 23rd on a reported disturbance. That evening, the Indiana Pacers were facing the New York Knicks in Game 2 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals, a game that the Pacers won 114-109 at MSG.
Real
Initially,
quick, hold on, real quick, Breeze, real quick,
yeah,
Breeze,
what up? What up,
real
Easy?
quick, real quick. A kid named Jay, real quick, bro. I'm gonna give you a quick second. Can you please take your comment back, my brother? Please. Nobody deserves that.
Yeah, come on, man. All right, moderators.
No. Don't do nothing. Don't.
I gotta chill. Let me get back to the content.
Don't wait. No. Don't do nothing, my brother. I'm gonna give you a second to do what's right. I know it's harsh. I know that's how you feel, but please, respectfully, take your comment back. Nobody deserves to lose their life over sports.
No,
Yeah,
they
not over
died.
sports.
Hold
What you
on.
said?
Let me get through it, bro. I don't think he died.
Nah, he's
Come on,
still
we gonna
alive.
condone that.
Nick
That's a
fans
little
still
crazy.
alive.
Nah, he in critical condition. I think.
Real quick. As a nigga that been through some situations getting stabbed, you can't tell when a nigga gonna make it through or not.
Exactly.
So
Well, All right,
All right.
let's get through the article, then
Let's get
talk
let's
about
get
it.
the, no no no. We back
I'm
though.
almost to it.
We back.
All right. Initially, police were called because of an alleged fight involving a man later identified as Jared Funk. However, once Funk left the brewery, the caller stated the police did not need to respond. Minutes later, an employee of the brewery called police stating that Funk had reportedly returned to the brewery's patio. The caller stated that Funk reportedly stabbed the man in the back and was attempting to leave. That's just grimy, man. 40 years for maniac. What? 40 years for maniac who beat man with inch. That's a different story.
Yeah,
When
different.
police arrived, they found two individuals with wounds. The court documents said that one had a stab wound in the back while the other had a laceration in his lower leg. In interviews with the two victims, the alleged that Funk approached them at the bar. Funk reportedly smacked the Knicks hat off one of the victims into the ground. Okay, I mean, okay, so I guess, yeah. See, all right, we're gonna let Easy react to it. I'm gonna just get through it.
Finish though. Finish
Right.
though. Finish
Hold
though.
on, hold on. Funk was then reportedly taken outside as he yelled, F you still have a you still have an effing problem. Take this outside to the two individuals. Around 5 minutes later, the two victims were outside on the patio and Funk reportedly stormed through the fence of the brewery and began attacking the two individuals. One of the victims told police that he briefly displayed a black folding pocket knife to deter Funk, but repocketed it as he had no intention of using it. A verbal altercation reportedly evolved into a physical one, ending with the two victims being allegedly stabbed by Funk. In an interview with Funk, he reportedly told police that the two victims were talking shit, and claimed that they were the ones who began the altercation. But Funk left and came back. But whatever. Funk claims that one of the victims pushed him to the ground and began punching him in the face. What? The document said that Funk claims that he retrieved his pocket knife from his hoodie and swung it around toward one of the victims' back with his right hand. Damn. However, the document
Somebody
said that
lying, man.
However, the document said that there were multiple witnesses who stated that Funk was the primary aggressor in this incident. According to court documents, Funk initial hearing is scheduled Tuesday. Yada yada whoop de whoop. What do you think about this, Easy?
See, now when you read a whole article, you get a little bit more context in the situation. But still, at the same time, I'm still not going to defer from my point. Even then, we still don't know the whole context of the situation. Because remember how this article started. It started from inside the arena. So we don't know what was completely said.
No, it wasn't inside the arena.
No, it was at a brewery.
Oh, yeah, the brewery. My fault, the brewery. I'm tripping. But
That was the game at the Garden. They was watching the shit.
Right, they said
bar.
he slapped it. He slapped the hat off of the dude's head.
Hold up, Breeze. I might blame this on you, bro.
Me?
Yeah, because you always say that you're gonna walk up to Knick fans, slap their hat off their head, take the goldfish, kick over the. You said you're gonna pick the goldfish up, take the goldfish out the water. You slapping Knick fans' hats off.
I
What's
ain't
up
said I
with
was
you?
gonna slap
You kicking up dust all different type of ways. Now you got Pacers fans
No.
out here taking it too far.
Nope, I ain't never said I was gonna slap the. See, I think that's taking it too far. Like the
I
whole thing.
can't say that I ever heard him say nobody say that.
Nah, I'm
Like,
fucking with him
listen,
because he be
no. But
saying he
what
be
I'm
kicking
saying
off
is, like,
dust.
yeah, you gotta
And this
know that I'm
nigga,
joking. If I say if
no,
you're a Knick
obviously.
fan and you got a goldfish, then it's a Knick fan goldfish. I'm gonna come in there, I'm gonna take your goldfish, and because it's a Knick fan, take it, flip it. It's you know what I'm saying.
Flush it down the toilet type shit.
But slapping somebody hat off is very disrespectful.
That's
So
wild
if
disrespectful.
if he slapped
I wouldn't
somebody
say
hat
that.
off and then they started punching him, that's like that's a reaction.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
a
slap a
reaction.
hat off your head, that's the start to the fight. That's almost like he
Yeah,
slapped you.
yeah. You can't slap nobody New York hat off for nobody from New York hat off, bro. Like you
Man,
can't
I
do
don't
that.
care if I got on a Blues Clues hat, nigga. Don't slap no fucking hat off my head. What's wrong with you?
Exactly. You're like you now I got the right to take it as far as I want to, bro. Like because you done did me way crazy. It's all disrespect right on site. Now I got the right to go from one to
you
one
crossed the
100 million,
boundary.
bro.
You cross
See,
the boundary.
and you know that more so. I don't speak on that content, but it do remind me of that Carmelo Anthony story. You know what I'm saying, with the knife and all of that shit.
What happened with
And
Carmelo Anthony?
no, but it's a high school player. His name is Carmelo Anthony.
Oh.
And you know what I'm saying? They was saying I think that they was gonna try him as an adult. And again, what I'm trying to correlate is the whole primary aggressor, like because that fight or flight shit is dangerous. It's not. I mean, not dangerous. It's real. It's a real feeling. You know what I mean? Um,
That
I
pressure,
don't know.
boy, pressure
It's
bust
hard.
ice.
Again, without video content, it's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard to have an opinion on it. You know what I mean? But I do know that wherever you are, especially Texas, if there's a law that says the primary aggressor, you got something called a stand your ground law.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's in Texas,
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't know if
It's
Indiana
Texas
has
and
a stand
Florida.
your
Texas
like.
and
Yeah, I
Florida
don't.
have that law.
Florida. What about Indiana? Indiana got that stand your ground law.
I don't think so.
Mm,
yeah, that's
damn.
tough though.
And
Listen,
see, and that's my
You
thing. Like maybe the Nick fan lives in Indiana. Maybe he don't
but
even
bro,
live in New York. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's why we be trying to have the culture of
you a
you can
you a
have
Nick
an
fan living in
argument.
Indiana, bro?
You can have an argument about fucking sports, but you don't have
You
to
about to be a Nets
disrespect the
fan living in
person.
Texas, nigga.
Because when you disrespect the
Fans living in
person,
Indiana,
that's
Breeze.
when this bullshit start happening.
Yeah, that's when this shit go
Like
completely left field.
you supposed to be
Yeah, bro.
talking
You
about the
can't
Nigga
teams
leaving
and the
disrespect
some
the team.
players.
bullshit, sir.
But look. What I'm
I'm
saying
not on
is you can.
bullshit. I'm not.
Nigga,
I
you
would.
about to be a Nets fan living in Dallas, nigga. What the fuck we doing,
No,
nigga?
I'm not
What
living.
the fuck?
No. I'm
What,
not.
nigga?
I don't live in. No, not in Dallas. Not no Dallas and Austin. I'm way.
Is San Antonio close enough?
No,
You
no,
about to pick one of them motherfuckers.
no. Not even in San Antonio. I'm
Texas,
like, bro.
then, nigga. Texas, nigga.
Okay, all right,
Texas.
okay, Texas, bro. But it's in a part of Texas, bro, where like nobody is secluded basketball fan, bro. They ain't gonna see my Nets hat and be like, yo, bro, like damn, bro, like oh, yeah, you just. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna, cause I went out there already with a Nets hat on, all Nets gear on, bro. Like so. I mean, I'm good, bro. Like I'm not in no danger zone. Trust me, bro.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
think
no,
niggas gonna go
but the
crazy over you over Nets hats in
right,
fucking
but
like
the
Dallas or San Antonio or nothing like that.
Bro, yeah,
They
Nets.
got in town beef. They got all type of shit they got
Yeah,
going
Nets.
on. They
I
got
mean,
in town.
The Nets don't got no campfires in Texas, bro. Come on, bro. Like,
But you try to show the
but
Knicks fan in Indiana. What that mean, bro? You can't
but bro,
I
represent
like
your
mean,
hold
city.
on.
but hold up, but listen to the
Taking
context
it
of what
there
I
is
just said. I said
crazy,
Nick
bro.
fan in Indiana. This should go all the way back to the '90s, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, they hate the Knicks
But
out
hold
there,
Come on
on.
bro.
now.
But nah, but taking it there is crazy. Like for instance, like yeah, I'll go as far as the troller fan. You know, I was joking when I say Nick fans see me. I actually see them all the time, either coming from the game, this and that. They don't say nothing to me. I don't say nothing to them. It's really not that temperature. It's really not that. It's really not that serious. Like, but because and I'm saying that because of this. Like, yeah, I like to talk my shit to Nick fans and I like to troll them, but never to the extent where it would ever lead to something like this.
Well, in Indiana they don't play that shit, obviously. So like that's a different ball game. And
I
as
feel
we
like
know,
that's just an isolated incident. That ain't
it
that's just
probably is an isolated incident, but I can
Right.
guarantee you, bro. Like if you see if you
If it's
point
at a
if you
brewery, they was probably drunk.
no,
more
that's
than
fine.
likely.
But if you go to these last two games, but if you pay attention to the crowds in these last two games, if you can spot some damn blue and tangerine shit up in there, bro, like I defy you niggas to do that because
Nah,
I guarantee you
you
it was all
lying.
gold up in that motherfucker.
Nah, you lying. Because during the game they were saying Nixon six during the game, and then at the end you heard them saying Pacers in five. But you did hear some Nixon six chants in there.
Yeah, I mean you did. I mean, but listen, this goes to show you, bro. Like, listen, for all you Knicks fans that think y'all could just take over any arena, bro. Like, yeah, okay, go ahead, keep testing the waters, bro. You gonna fuck around and run into the wrong city, and they ain't gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck around and go to a game in Utah with the Utah Jazz just so happen to be winning. And they ain't going for that. You know how the Mormons is in them rectangular states and shit.
Real
They
quick.
they don't give a fuck about that, bro. Like it's people in this country, bro, like that don't see life the way that let everybody see it.
real quick to pivot from this discussion, because I just want when bad things happen, I just want people to get their rest, bro. Just take your time, bro. Take your time. Real quick to pivot, right? I got this. I'm about to send it to Breeze right now. So if you want to play the whole thing, he can play it. But I got this little excerpt from Shams. He was on the Pat McAfee show.
Right.
Just to quote him real quick, but just before that, Shams is predicting that this offseason might be the craziest in NBA history. Quote.
I agree.
Quote. This is the
Hold up, Easy. Your mic went out. Say that again.
Did you say Easy?
This is the most, I think, anticipation teams executives have had over an off season. I think this off season might be the craziest ever. Unquote.
It might be. It might be. I would agree.
So the number one insider, well, now he's the number one insider because shout out to Woj, but number one insider saying, "Yo, shit."
So Shams is saying this.
Yeah, Shams is saying this shit. Pat McAfee. I'm about to send it to Breeze.
Hey, listen.
I want to say this to Easy. I agree, and I wanted to pivot to conversation. I'm glad he pivoted the conversation to this because I wanted to say this in other words. The East not looking like nobody dominating. Like the Celtics fitting to change that roster all up. Orlando, they good, but they not dominating.
They haven't peaked yet.
Cleveland,
they make one move, nigga. They make one move, they dominated. They make one move, they dominated.
What one move is that, though?
They just need to get somebody that could fucking create and shoot, bro. They get a good scorer, nigga. They dominated, bro.
Right.
Dominated, bro.
All right, hold on. Not to harp on just the whole who and who is not dominated. I'm saying that really, the East is not strong enough for the front office to look at it and say, yeah, we need to rebuild because these teams are too good to beat right now.
Right.
These quote unquote top teams are looking beatable.
That's the fact. I don't see Cleveland. I don't see them being a juggernaut that they was this next season again. I think they got figured out. Obviously,
you don't think it was the injuries? Evan Mobley,
the injuries is the way they fell apart in the playoffs, bro. Like, I'm not getting to that, but in terms of the dominant season that they had, I don't think they're doing that again. Tatum is going to be out probably for the entire year. Boston is going to be out. Nobody takes Philly seriously.
Exactly.
Nobody. Indiana is probably going to win the East, but ain't nobody running from them.
But yeah. So my thing is Atlanta used to be tough. They not tough right now.
Yeah, Atlanta was always a mid team.
Miami was supposed to be tough.
Miami is in rebuild mode. Atlanta is probably going to be in rebuild mode. They one move away from being in rebuild mode.
The Bucks ain't even got no draft picks.
The Bucks is probably one move from being in rebuild mode, bro. You got a whole bunch of different landscapes going on in Miami in the East. And
Easy. Is it fair to say that about 3-4 teams in the Eastern Conference is rebuilding? You got Washington rebuilding, Charlotte rebuilding, Nets rebuilding, Toronto rebuilding.
Milwaukee is one trade away from rebuilding.
You see what I'm saying? Like these teams, Miami, they need to do something.
Boston is probably going to tank and run and sink down to the play-in. Come on, bro. Atlanta is one trade away from rebuilding for real, bro. I don't like the Knicks. The Knicks could keep this roster and still lose to upcoming team. Nobody believes in these niggas.
But hold on. Look, Easy. I want to ask Easy because I know we get criticized, especially me and Leaf and everybody, but Easy get criticized for hating on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you, Easy, without making it to the finals, do they keep Mikal Bridges because he up for contract?
You gave too much for Mikal Bridges to get off of him so easily, so quickly. That would be basketball malpractice at that point.
The Knicks have always committed that though.
You would rather get off the coach before you get rid of Mikal because you gave too much assets up in the Mikal move to just automatically get off of him like that. So
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. If you can pivot and give Mikal up and get Giannis, you absolutely do it.
Get
If you
Mikel up
can,
and get Giannis.
Well,
yes,
now that's a whole
if
different
you can
discussion.
make
Now
a
that's a
trade
whole
Whoa.
for
different
Giannis
discussion.
and
Now.
put Mikel in the package, it's worth it. Yes.
I
Well,
mean,
you need way
but if
more
you,
than Mikhail now. At that point,
Yeah,
I
now
mean,
it's
we
yeah,
gonna
talking
yeah, but
be
about
you're
a whole
gonna need
different
way more
Mikal.
than
situation
the
now.
It's
Mikel,
gonna
I'm
but
be
just saying
Yeah,
that, bro.
OG.
Obviously,
hold on,
we're
wait,
gonna
wait,
need
wait,
more
wait,
than
wait,
hold on,
Joey,
hold
Mikal.
on,
Joey,
hold on. That's a whole
Okay,
Joe.
different
we're gonna
discussion
need
now.
more than
I don't
Mikal.
want. I want to
Joey.
just hold on,
Now, I have common sense.
Joey. Let's stay with Easy because he only said a few words. Because I'm trying to say to Easy is that the East looking they ain't that tough, that competitive to say that
Right.
anybody's got it on lock. So what do you think about the East and as far as
Uh,
us rebuilding? Do you think we should rebuild or you think we should try to get like some free agents to compete now?
No, no,
man.
bro. Don't no. We just gotta keep the path, bro. All because for right now, what we're looking at right now at the moment doesn't mean it's gonna play out like that. Like I could even go back to the beginning of this season, like, and I could just like change certain scenarios, and then it will give you a different viewpoint of how you would look at these teams right now. Like, what if I told you in the beginning of the season, Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner, and Paulo Banchero. Well, let me just stick to Franz and Paulo. Franz and Paulo don't fucking rip their obliques out of nowhere. If they don't rip their obliques and their team held them up throughout that tenure, they could be a 3 seed right now. It could be a whole different playoffs landscape that you're looking at right now if they don't rip their obliques. So like at that point that changed your whole perspective of these teams right here. Now is New York a real dominant team? Because now their matchup could change. What happened? They faced the Pacers in the first round and they got their ass slapped. So it's like, oh shit. Is the Pacers a real team now because they won the first round, not an injury team, and they just slapped them up. You know what I'm saying? So like right now, if you're looking at the landscape, cool, you could say like, okay, not too many dominant teams, but I'll say you can't say that until the season starts because certain teams bring a new dynamic to their team that you're not ready for that makes them excel. If we're talking about just the regular season. So me personally, if we're gonna go back to the original thing, we should keep the course. We don't need to all because
I'm with you.
the Baron look
I want to answer
Nah,
that
scarce.
no,
question.
I agree.
All
I
because the
think it's
Baron looks scarce doesn't mean we have to automatically jump into the field and do something about it. We can keep on doing what we got to do and build from
I
this
no,
want
point
to
no, no.
forward.
answer that. I
It's
want to answer that. I
and
want
it's
to
not
answer
as
that
Right,
same
wide
hold on,
open
hold
as
question.
on.
you
Let me
trying to.
just I
It's
just
not
want to
as wide
concur
open
with
as you trying to make
Easy
it
before we
seem.
go to leave. Yeah, I agree, bro. I
God
think we
damn, I
should.
ain't talked not once. Okay, keep
Nah,
going
you
to
got it.
easy and
You got
leave,
it, Joy. Hold on. I just
Let
wanted to.
Joey go. Let Joey go. Let Joey go.
Nah, right. I just wanted to say I
bruh.
concur. I think we should stay the course. That's it. Go ahead, Joy.
Now, what I was going to say is it's not as open as we trying to make it seem. I agree with Easy. We should stay the course because it's not as open. Like, yes, some teams are on their last leg or probably a couple of incidents away from a rebuild, like Leaf said. But we still got to talk about Atlanta, who's on the come up. Nobody talked about Detroit. They still going to be there. They went to the
That's
playoffs.
true.
They're going to get better. They still have their
But,
core coming back.
but hold on, slow it down, Joey. What do you think about Detroit? You think they're a top 4 team next season?
I don't think they're a top 14, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're 5 and 6 seed. I think their ceiling
Okay.
is probably 5.
They was
But again,
5 seed
it
this
all,
year.
you said what?
They was a 5 seed this year. I think.
Yeah,
They
I
Yeah.
mean,
six.
I just think that's where they're at. But you never know. A fucking somebody could get hurt and it could change the whole landscape
That's a
of shit.
fact. Because
But
Ivy did get hurt, and that kind of changed what they was
but
doing and put Tim Hardaway in the starting lineup.
I
He
So
think you
coming
still
back and
got
can't get them better.
Indiana. Like, yeah, Indiana ain't no super juggernaut and they don't have the super sexy team and the big names. That's why everybody was overlooking them, and that's why they about to go to the finals now. They're going to be there next year. They're going to
that's a
still, no
fact.
matter what happens, they're going to keep their core together. Like,
Right.
yeah, Boston is not going to have Tatum, but they're still a playoff team without Tatum. I don't see them going to the finals, but they're still a playoff team. With that being said, we have a long way to go before we can even talk about trying to turn the ship around and do a complete 360 to try to start competing. It's not as
That's a
wide
fact.
open as we think.
That is a fact. And to piggyback on that, bro, like the teams that like trajectory wise that we're looking to compete with is probably Washington and Toronto. Like let's be honest with you, bro. These niggas got way better young talent than us, and they got in terms of roster reconstruction, bro. Like and what they could go forward in the future in the next 5 years, They could go forward with Washington could go forward with Poole, Bilal, and Sarr. And Toronto could go forward with the niggas that they got over there, bro. Like before we can do anything, so we gotta do something in this off season.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
we
just
gotta do
added this
something in
guy.
this. Yeah, but
Real quick.
I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. The thing about now, in terms of after the draft, I think we need to be honest, bro. We're like the CBA demands us to pay to use the cap. We're gonna pay somebody that we probably don't want to pay. I mean, listen, it's niggas that's connected to us that we probably don't want on the team, but they're gonna get paid because we're the niggas that got the money, and the CBA demands that. You can't just hold on to cap space no more. Those days are over. So it's possible that we're gonna be in a situation, and I hate to say this, we're gonna be in a situation that the fucking Tangerines was in when they signed Julius Randle, and ain't nobody think they was going nowhere.
Real quick, and to piggyback off that point right there, pause, and to fucking emphasize shit. Even if you go after free agents, even if you consider the field weak, nigga, what's the goal here? Do you want to be the fucking Knicks? Let's fucking shit on the Knicks for a second, Ron, nigga. Do you want to be them motherfuckers that go in a fucking they prepare a fucking season to beat one team, and they finally beat that team, and then they get to the next fucking series and they fucking up choke, nigga? Do you want to be that?
No, I don't want to be.
No, real quickly.
I'm gonna answer your question. Hold on.
Real quick. I'm going somewhere with it. I'm saying the goal is the fucking chip, nigga, not to get past a certain team,
exactly.
Not the conference finals, the chip. So even if you feel like the field is weak on this side, nigga, there's another side you have to play against when you get to the finals.
That's a fact.
And what we seen on that side, nigga, them niggas not fucking around, my nigga.
That's true. But I will say this: they not fucking around. But then ain't nobody on that side, on that other side, no multiple time champions neither. It's a lot of one hit wonders coming out of there just as much as it coming out of the East.
They good enough.
Yeah,
to
but that goes to show you where the league is at today. It's the turn in the tide, man. Like it
is a turn. It is a turn in the tide.
We talked about this already, Leaf. It's almost like the 70s right now.
Hold up. I get somewhere with this. There is a turn in the tide, but the Nets have a chance to turn the tide the brightest, bro, because one, we don't have nobody on no crazy legit money grabbing contracts. That's number one. Number two, bro, if you look at how the Warriors came into prominence and how they built their dynasty, Steph Curry was getting paid $11 million, bro, pennies on the dollar when they started winning championships. So realistically, bro, we have an opportunity to control that mold and somewhat build that node properly. How are we gonna do it? I don't know exactly, but the team that's gonna win multiple championships is the team that's gonna have they top players on the team getting paid pennies on the dollar, just like the goddamn Warriors was doing, bro, back in 2015.
But we also got to be realistic and think, okay, like. Yeah, if we just add this guy and that guy and this guy, we're automatically in contention. You got to understand something. Teams like Indiana, teams like Boston, even New York, they've been through the ringer. They've been in the playoffs. They've been through the fire, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We have to have a team that has cohesion, that's been through that fire together, that's been competing at a high level together. It just don't work like that. Niggas think you just gonna put a couple of pieces together and be automatic favorites. No.
I mean, shit, OKC did it.
No, they didn't.
No, they did not.
Hold up. Wait. Let's put the pieces together realistically. These niggas started making the playoffs a year ago. The year before that, nigga, they was a 10th seed.
Yeah,
and now, hold on, wait. Let me put it in context. Let me put it in context. Let me put it in. No, it's not. No, it is not. I'm talking about
the playoffs since a bubble.
Bruh, my nigga, I'm talking about the trajectory that they on now. When they drafted Chet, bruh, and he got injured that first season, they were a 10th seed. He played the next season, bruh. Them niggas was number one in the West. He played half of this season. They were number one in the West again. This is the trajectory that they on. The 3 years that SGA was averaging 30, bruh, that's their trajectory. Anything that they had before that was bullshit. They had Josh Giddey, nigga. They didn't know what they was doing with him. He needed the ball in his hands.
You can't say that's bullshit, bro. You can't say
It
that's
is bullshit
bro.
because
You can't say that's bullshit, bro.
I can't say it's bullshit because they had to change up their whole team. They didn't have Aaron Wiggins back then. They didn't have Case and Wallace back then.
So Leaf, let me just say this. I think they tweaked their team, but they kept a pretty good core of that team from the players that they drafted. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, yes, they still they got the J Dubs, they drafted the Chets and the other Jalen dude and the Dorts. Like, they had about 4, 5, 6 players they fucking drafted.
J Dub got drafted 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
He got drafted 2 years ago, bro. Like, bro, this is like if we want to talk about a trajectory, we talking about if we talking about teams that been at it for like what 4 or 5 years and they've been in the ringer. Teams ain't been together that long. That's
I don't think it got to take that long. I think
but I'm getting somewhere with this. Joey. The thing is, because of the CBA, teams ain't staying together that long because these niggas is making all NBA teams and they making top dollar. The reality, bro, if you really want to go to a team that been that long, we need to talk about Memphis, who had Ja Morant and Triple J before this goddamn decade started. Like, if you really want to really be technical about it, they didn't get SGA until the goddamn bubble.
But which teams you talking about that's not keeping it together though? Like, which teams you talking about right there though that's not keeping it together? Like let's really talk about that point right there that you emphasizing. Which teams is not keeping it together? I guarantee you going.
I give you a perfect example, bro. When we talk about Boston all the time, we talk about how long JB and JT been together. Them niggas been together since 2018 when they was playing LeBron in that last year he was in Cleveland and they pushed them niggas to game 7. It took them niggas from that time 6 years. 6 years, my nigga, where they had Al Horford, where they had Robert Williams, where they had Marcus Smart. They got rid of them niggas in 1 year and got Drew Holiday and they won the whole thing.
You can say the same thing about the Bucks. You can say the same thing about Denver, bro.
Yeah, but
I don't understand what's
just
going
because
on right
it takes
now.
another team a little bit longer, don't mean the other team ain't.
But what I'm trying to say is
JT though.
I'm trying. But what I'm
expanding the core. That's why I think you going there. I think
no. But what I'm trying to tell you is, bro, because of the money that these niggas got because of the paper that these niggas is being signed to up front to go to these teams and make these championship runs, it's going to be harder to sustain it. That's why. The time for the Boston Celtics to win championships was back when this decade begun before JT and JB got $300 million. That's where they should have been winning. That was supposed to be their trajectory. They would have been sitting on 3 rings right now. And they only sitting on 1.
They were supposed to start winning when Kyrie got there, but shit don't always go as planned. I do.
True. That's true. That is true. But at the same time, bro, what I'm trying to tell you is the team that's gonna be winning multiple championships in this CBA, they're gonna have to do it the same way the Warriors did it, bro, in terms of how they got the money spread out. They got to. There's no way else to do it.
Hold on.
You gotta be basically winning championships on a budget with a budget fucking roster.
Hold on. No. When you say that right there, when you gotta do it like the Warriors, so what I'm hearing right there is you're basically telling me that you have to, if I'm OKC, I have to convince SGA to take a pay cut. Because that's the only thing that the Warriors really did. They made Steph Curry take a pay cut. Everybody else was on a fucking max. So at the end of the day, you're asking OKC to ask the number one guy
when they won their first. I'm going back to when they won their first championship, and then they were still on the.
So
when they won their first championship, nobody was on the max. Nobody was on the max deal.
I see it differently though. I feel like OKC is kind of doing it like what the Warriors did it because I
don't think they are.
Yeah, because they have their core. But
here's the thing.
Listen, let me finish, bro.
They
have their core. Most of those players that they filled out with the roster, they got through trades and through free agency, and they improved around the edges. But for the most part, the core is there. They drafted the core. The only piece of the core that wasn't drafted was SGA.
That's right. That's it. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, Now that same core plus SGA, now you looking to pile on more dollars on top of dollars. After this year, he looking at a $79 million extension, like
Right.
for maybe for 2 years. After that said year, you looking at J Dub that's gonna be looking at a super max because he made an All NBA and an All Defensive team.
So
Then after that, you're gonna be looking at like I'm telling you, this
right, but
CBA
Leaf, I
is very.
understand what you're saying. Like after, as the years go on, these players are going to get paid. But is it safe to say that you have to draft at least a good core and have
To at
those
least
players
win
on the
one
cheap?
championship.
Hold on, and have those players on the cheap and improve around the edges to be able to be contenders.
Yes, yeah. To at least be able to contenders, yes. To at least be able to win one championship, yes. But the way that you have to win multiple titles, bro, in terms of the paperwork and everything that's on the books, you basically got to do everything like the 2015 Warriors did to make sure you have the breathing room ahead. Dumb niggas, bro, like they went to 5 straight fucking finals. Like that wasn't a coincidence, bro. Like let's be honest. The money, like the way the loophole that was in effect that allowed them to get KD in the first place was based off the fact that Steph was only making $11 million. Clay was
Yeah,
making pennies on the dollar.
exactly, because
Draymond was
they
making
drafted
pennies on the
those
dollar.
guys.
Yeah, they drafted them niggas, and as the years went on, Steph was even though Steph was getting a little ankle injuries and tweaks here and there, the extension that he got like years after the fact, before they won the championship, was a low ball deal. Think of the deal that DeJounte Murray got. It's a friendly deal, bro, in a market to where
So,
you basically
can I make this? I'm gonna make this.
getting
I'm gonna
Scottie
make this.
Pippen money, bro, when the market done influx.
I'm gonna make this suggestion. This is what I think was going to happen. I think OKC is eventually going to win the championship, and then they're going to eventually have to blow that shit up because they're not going to be
That's
able to
true.
pay all those dudes.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
They still got at
I
least
don't.
2 more years with it. They still got at least 2
I
more years
think
with
they
it.
got another year to compete with it, bro. But after that said year, bro, I don't see OKC opening up the checkbook like everybody think, bro. I really don't. Like these small market teams, they okay with winning one. Like this is what
Exactly.
and they okay with winning one. Especially the front office. The players might feel different, but the front office is like, hey, bro.
See, with OKC though, they got so many draft picks for them. That money, it does. I don't think the money matters because they can move shit, and they still got hella. They still got hella picks, so they continue to build regardless. They're not out of building at all. You know what I'm saying? They
Exactly.
can trade or they can keep on drafting. It doesn't matter for them. They in like the great position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
true.
Presti understands that he's not getting no big free agents to come
Right.
there, so they have to do it through the draft or through
Right.
trading picks.
Right. The only free agent that he got to come there was Hartenstein because the Knicks couldn't sign him to 4 years, 80. Like
He got
and
PG to
like
come there. He got PG to come there. Sign a deal.
yeah, not yeah, he did get yeah. No,
They got Caruso to go there. They got
I think they got PG in a trade, bro.
No, they
they
got
got
PG in the trade,
Caruso.
but
They got
but they got him
Caruso to go there
signed though.
because the
Yeah,
Lakers was
they
being
got
cheap.
Caruso to go there for Giddey, bro. Like that was the trade for Giddey. That was a good ass trade too because the
Yo,
Giddey
go ahead,
was.
you
They
trolling.
felt like Giddey was in SGA's way, and turns out that he was, bro. Like now that he's the primary ball handler.
I'm
But
not
not
gonna lie
Giddey
only
is
to you,
that,
Leaf.
let me make this point. People don't understand. Caruso also picks up the hardest defense assignment, which gives Shot a lot of breathing room. He doesn't have to
that's the
always
truth.
guard. He doesn't always have to guard the best guard on the floor when you got
But
Caruso there.
somehow, some way, Lou Dort made first team All NBA. Make it make sense. But
Nah,
look,
Lou Dort was doing damage, but they don't get past that Denver series without fucking
without
Caruso, nigga.
Caruso,
But real quick,
Caruso was on whatchamacallit. You absolutely right.
he was on one, but real quick, not to sidetrack the conversation, but real quick, niggas gotta pay attention to the all season. I ain't gonna lie. If you see one major move happen in the all season, you like, yo, that's a fucking game changer right there. Yeah, niggas gotta pay attention because we've
Because the
been
next
seeing.
move might be a bigger game changer, though.
It might
Like,
be even a bigger game changer. That like, okay, that move right there might put them over the top to win the fucking chip. Because remember, we've been seeing this shit from the past few off season. That one little tweak here and there, one little move. Let's sign this player. Let's trade this player. Just been the
right,
move right there. Just been like, all right, that was enough. Moving Josh Giddey and just getting back Caruso, my nigga. Getting back, moving your liability
Right,
that niggas was
but
targeting you
easy.
with, and getting back a high quality
Right.
defender.
But
That was
Easy,
enough.
that's what I'm saying though. Like we gotta understand, like let's not act like OKC wasn't right there. They knew what the little improvements what they needed to do to improve around the edges to be contenders. They moved Giddy, they got Caruso, and they went and got Hartenstein to fill out the front court. They knew where their holes were.
Right, but we got to remember OKC's playoffs aspirations didn't start until last year when they actually made the playoffs. Before that, they was a 10th seed in a playing game, and years before that, they was even making the playoffs. Nobody cared that SGA was getting to the free throw line 10 times because them niggas was a 10th or 11th seed. Nobody cared, bro. Like so, if you really want to talk about
The casuals.
I think we overlooking.
I don't even
something,
think the
though,
casuals
fellas.
cared because nobody was watching
I
Thunder
think we
games 2-3
overlooking
years
something though.
ago.
Can I say
Nobody
this? I
was
think.
watching. Nobody was watching these niggas 2-3 years ago.
Hold
Bro,
on.
Let's be for real.
if you wasn't a casual, bro, if you was watching the shit before, you would
This
notice
is
that
what I
SGA was
think
getting
we
as many free
overlooking.
throws
You
as
know what I
Giannis.
think?
He was like, what the fuck going on right over there?
Hey,
Niggas went straight to the box score, bro.
You know when I think shit started to turn for them is when Chet came back, bro. I ain't gonna hold a lot. When Chet came back, shit started to turn for them a little bit.
I think that's when people started paying attention because Chet had the name. SGA he was on his way up, but Chet was already growing. His name was already growing from the off season when he got hurt, and they knew what type of person the type of player he was because you know what I mean. He almost 7 foot playing like now I'm saying not like Wemby, but he could handle the ball and do all that stuff like KD. Yeah, so his name and everybody wanted to see what he looked like, and then that put everybody onto the team.
I think that nigga Wemby proved. I think the nigga Wemby proved in the chat matchups that them two niggas is not the same, bro. Listen, no, with all due respect to Chet, and I think Chet, him playing 82 games in last year is never gonna happen again. I'm sure of it.
That's
but
not
at the
happening,
same,
He just had a freak injury, bro. That was just a freak injury.
no, that's
bro.
he's not playing
Bro,
82 games again.
Everybody
he in the playoffs playing hard right now. He ain't
Yeah, I
getting
know,
hurt.
but that's the reason why he's not playing 82 games again, bro. Like, let's be realistic, bro. Like,
I
can't say that.
the fact
go
go.
No, I'm sorry.
But
Go ahead.
But like all I'm saying is, bro, like if we're talking about their serious playoff aspirations begin last year when they got bumped out by Dallas, and we all know it. Before that time, them niggas was not on no playoff radar for nobody. Nobody was paying attention to SGA, and everybody was only paying attention to SGA, and nobody was paying attention to OKC. He made that first team All NBA, and them niggas did not make the fucking playoffs, and everybody was scratching their head like, what the hell is going on, bro? And then the next year, they went number 1 seed, bro, when Chet played all 82 games, and then the year after that, which we are in right now, they set a record for all-time highs in a season in defensive ratings and all-time ratings. These niggas is one of the by the numbers, they one of the greatest fucking teams ever. And it only took them niggas 1 year, one playoff series or one playoff run after that. That's all it took.
I wanted to
one of the greatest defensive teams.
I wanted to point out, man. Listen,
they one of the greatest teams.
Defensive teams, nigga.
Teams. Period.
Okay,
you could go look for yourself, bro. Like I ain't gonna argue you all night.
Hold on, Joey. No,
I'm not gonna argue you all night. I'm not gonna argue you all night.
You can't say they.
I'm not gonna argue you all night, bro. They one of the greatest teams ever.
Defensive teams.
No, greatest teams. Teams.
Defensive teams. Defensive teams,
nigga.
Fuck you mean? Denver.
What the fuck you mean? Go to the fucking numbers and you see
okay, so
what
why
I'm talking about.
You just get Leaf? Why did you say that? Just prove your point.
My nigga, 68 wins. My nigga, that is top 5 all time. The only other teams that did that was the Bulls twice and the Warriors.
Got a point.
Yeah.
It's one of the highest net ratings ever.
And with this new CBA, Leaf is cooking, right? He's correct.
I wanted to say something.
Teams, nigga.
Go ahead, Joey.
No, I just wanted to say, man. I was watching the last game, man. I just love J-Dub's game, bro. His game is just so fucking smooth, bro. Like he's just strong. He's athletic.
That's really the first time I paid attention to him, bro. Like that. That nigga there.
I think J-Dub can be a clear number 2 option on a contending team. Am I bugging?
He is a clear number 2 option on the contender team right
I
now.
think
Yeah.
Chet is on. I think Chet is the number 2
So
option.
so
You think
Jay,
Chet is the number 2
they
on
win.
this team?
So Jay, hold on. Are they winning? Elite, hold to your question. Are they winning without Chet Conger?
Wait, what was
I
the
would
question?
listen. It's arguable that J Dub is the number 2 on this team this
No,
year.
I'm talking about can they win without Chet Conger? Because you
No,
spoke about
On what
Yeah,
type of level though? On what type of
yeah.
level?
You
Like
said
regular
when they started,
season?
when Chet
Because
got,
they
you
did
said
championship.
win.
when they, you said when Chet got back, they started winning. So, I mean, that
nah.
says
They
I
something.
mean,
they was
they
winning.
was
They
winning
was
before
holding it
though.
down before
Yeah,
Chet, but they started dominating when Chet
Yeah, but
got back.
Chet took him over the top though.
I mean, they was kind of like as far as this season goes,
So
they
let
was
me say
still
this.
beating niggas, bro. Like it
Let,
really wasn't very
let,
much of a change.
let me say this. Let me say this real quick. Let me just say this. For the regular season, right? They were still dominating teams, but they was all time still on the defensive side of the ball all time in the regular season. They were struggling a little bit on offense. When they did get Chet back, they still struggled on offense, but towards the end of the season, they caught a rhythm. They knew what their roles were, and they started dominating on a crazy level on the
Yes, they
offensive
did.
side. And then
Yeah.
you saw
Is he
lopsided
why
scores.
they started dominating? Because Chet Conger came back. That
So
he came back.
I'll give credit to
That's
Chet.
my
So
point.
I'll
but
give
that's a
credit to Chet
small
for
sample
the
size.
impact, but I
It's like
think in
So
20
hold
terms
games
on,
of
right there.
hold on, hold
20,
on, hold on.
15
Time
games
out,
right
time out,
there.
y'all. Because y'all know I'm clipping this up. I want y'all to keep the conversation going. But do y'all think Shet, J Dub, and Shea is the new big three? Yeah, do you think they got a big three?
absolutely,
They can sustain it though.
Yeah, if they can
absolutely,
sustain it, absolutely.
They
absolutely.
can't.
Yeah. I don't know if that. Yeah, I'm very doubtful that they can sustain
Somebody
it,
gotta
bro.
take a pay cut.
Somebody
Unless
Somebody gotta
they
take a pay
going
cut.
into a
I'm with
second
Adol on that,
apron.
bro. I don't know if they can sustain it, bro, because of how the money is gonna work out,
But if
and
they win
they.
this year,
Somebody
they're
gotta
going to
take a
sustain
pay
it. They're
cut.
going to make it work if they win this year.
I
For
mean, but
sure.
that's really up to the front office, bro. Like because when money is on the line, bro, we know these small market teams, bro. Like they could get a little bit stingy with in the pockets. We seen it with but listen, Boston. Even though they paid these niggas, they gotta get rid of these niggas after this year.
Bro, why we beating around the
No,
bush,
but
bro?
hold on,
We
hold
know
on.
what's the problem right here, bro. SGA is up to make 70 million in 1 year, bro, and it's gonna go up
Right.
from there, bro. We know where the problem is, bro. That
I
man
understand
has
that.
to take a pay cut, bro. There's no way around it. What we doing right now?
What if he
Nobody
Okay,
does
not
yeah,
gonna
take a
yeah,
pay
compete.
you
cut though?
Nobody not
look,
gonna compete with his contract right there, bro.
What if he does take a pay cut?
Maybe J Dub, but even then, nigga, you gonna have two people making fucking 70 and 50 million. You have
right.
to chop one down. You have to
Yeah,
chop
yeah,
the
you
number down.
yes, you absolutely right. He has to take a pay cut in order to stay there,
Right, but
but
no, but hold on, time out, hold on. Just slowing it down because I want everybody to get into this. I want to hear from Ice, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Just because it's a 4 year contract for that rookie contract is 4 years. Just winning in that window. A Dub is a perfect example. He got like to All Pro or some shit like that, and within that 4 years, so he's up for a big contract. And again, these franchises want to get the most out of these players on rookie contracts. So that's the window, Ice. So I'm asking y'all, go around the panel too, but you see what I'm saying about J Dub? He wasn't even picked as a top 3 pick. So it got something to do with the scouting as well. Like actually putting the tedious putting the time in and being tedious and to the scouting on seeing what player could be great outside of the top 3. Because what was J Dub, Ice? What he got drafted at?
I don't even remember what number he got.
13 or 11, one of those.
He was like
What
J
was
Dub
12.
was 12. He was 12.
12, 12,
Yeah, he
12. I
was
was
so.
right. Damn, I
And
was right.
he gonna be part of the big 3. Shea
Close.
wasn't a top 3 pick neither. So the big 3 on their team, which is some of the better players in the league, they not even top
I
3
think
picks.
Chet went number 2.
Yo,
Shaq, he the only one though.
Yeah, but Alperen Sengun went 16. So
I had a post earlier. I still got it, but it said that 60% of the guys playing in this conference finals was all in the G League. All of them, 60% of
How
people
many
playing
of
in the
them
So
conference
niggas?
finals.
So we
How
talking
many of
about
them
both
niggas was
conferences.
all NBA and all stars and shit, bro?
I
So,
don't know, but I seen the post that 60% of the players playing right now was in the G League.
I feel like that's a I feel like
yeah,
that's a blank statement, bro. Like
yeah,
to
that's
say,
a
bro, like
misleading stat. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm with
Why?
you. That's a
like
misleading.
I
Because
think
like
I
we
think
could
that
look
shit
at
is
the
a little
teams
bit
though.
misleading, bro. Like
But we
cause
could look
I
at the teams real quick. We could look at it because it's only the final four. We could look at the teams and look who's playing right now.
Pascal. All right, Pascal was in the G League, right? I remember
one.
Pascal being in the G League because I had his post on my TikTok earlier. He was
But
Okay.
definitely in the
but
G
he
League
was
for a little
scouted
while.
like a motherfucker. He was scouted like a motherfucker. So like that's a mistake on the people that didn't draft him. But like he was scouted like a motherfucker. Messiah Ujiri had his eyes on him from a long time.
And
That's
Masai
true.
Ujiri said he fucked up when he traded him too. So your
Yeah,
point.
So
that's true.
so I mean, if you want to use Pascal, but like that's a mistake right there. So like we could look at the teams that's in it right now. Who like the people that we gonna look at that played in the G League. You probably sent them there to get some work in, but like those people are not the high contributors that's going on right now. If I have to be completely honest, it might be the high
If
draft picks
you
that's put
you
the
you
damage
would
right now.
probably have to go to India. You would probably have to pick apart that Indiana lineup and tell me that because if I'm guessing, bro, which I am, I would probably say the most talent, bro, probably came from that roster in terms of the niggas that's getting PT on that team. The most G League talent came from that roster, bro. Like,
Easy. How you evaluate Matas Buzelis?
Another G League guy.
Good young
Yes.
player. Got some upside. I mean,
you said Bazelis
yeah,
Yes.
from the Bulls.
from Chicago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
another G
Chicago.
League guy.
No, that motherfucker's a star, bro.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He was in it.
I
He
mean,
played for the G League.
I mean, I gotta see what they do.
For how long?
Didn't he
I
get
don't know.
picked like ninth or something? Didn't they pick
Yeah,
him?
he
Nah,
got
he got picked like middle of the draft. I think he was like
Yeah,
15th.
he was
But he was supposed to go up high though. We all said like
G League Ignite team. He was on the G
Oh,
League.
yeah,
you
he was on
talking
the
about?
G League
Oh, so
Ignite.
he got drafted out of the G League. Got you. Okay.
Yeah, he got drafted out of the G League. Yes.
But I think
Okay.
he
My
played in
point.
college though. I think he played in college or something. I think he played. I think he just went.
He's from
But
Chicago, bro. A lot of people. No,
he
he's from
came from
Chicago.
G League Ignite though. So my point
Hey
is like
guys,
he from
I
the
want to
G
bring
But
the
League.
he grew up
conversation.
in Chicago, bro.
I want
So
to bring
like,
the
I mean,
Yeah.
conversation to the eighth pick, man. I don't want the Nets to pick Conconnipple. I'm gonna be very mad if they pick him at 8. I'm just letting y'all know. I don't want him.
Nah.
I'm not stressing
Joy,
myself up. I'm not stressing
we
myself out
picking.
about the draft no more,
Apparently, we
bro. It is
picking
what it is.
Noah Senge. So we better
I'm
get
not stressing
familiar with
myself
that.
out about the draft no more, bro. It is what it
So
is, man.
Conconnipple, from what I'm hearing, Conconnipple is going outside of 10. So if we drafting Derek Carter Bryant and Conconnipple, they're going in top 10. And we've been linked to Yegor Damon, but Yegor, we gotta trade up. Like I'm not
We
sure
gotta
how
trade
that.
up. We gotta trade up to get from like 18. I mean 19 to possibly like
19 to
15,
like
14,
for
15
like
again.
Right.
14. Okay. I mean I think that's doable, but I mean I don't know, but I just want this shit to hurry up and get here and just see how the chips fall, bro. I don't really want to keep playing this guessing game shit no more, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, for
Like
real.
I'm exhausted, bro. I exhausted myself for over 82 games, bro, and most of this playoffs, bro,
Yo,
trying to figure out who the fuck we
we
gonna
done
get.
went through no
I missed
bullshit.
out. I missed out. How you feeling about Knicks losing? So I missed
Yeah,
Oh, how
man.
I feel? Oh, great, nigga. Awesome, amazing. It works
Yeah,
for me, bro.
I was
I
on
don't get to hear
Begin My
niggas.
Hoop Show.
Yeah,
I was like,
I don't get to hear. I don't get to hear. Like Breezy Chat is very friendly tonight, bro. I don't get to hear people talking about me, bro. Like, and how's it? I don't get to hear somebody calling me out and not talking
Why?
basketball, bro. Talking about how I
I
was
ain't
hating on
see
the Knicks and none
Claude,
of
I
that
ain't
shit.
see King Ribby,
This
I
shit,
ain't
this shit is
see
nice and quiet, bro.
Yo,
I don't see
Nobody
no
I
arguing.
mean,
tangerine.
Ain't
nah,
nobody
I don't see no
King
arguing.
Ribby,
tangerine niggas.
me,
What's the other
we've
dude
been
name?
on Begin
Breezy.
My Hoop,
Breezy.
so
What's the
that's
other
the
dude
Yeah,
name?
they was going at it over there.
Reholla, whoever that is.
Yeah,
He be on.
Reholla. I don't get to see little Bibby, bro. Or none of them niggas, bro. Like I don't get to see none of them niggas, bro.
Nah,
Like I'm good.
they going at it over at BK channel. They going at
Yeah,
it.
I know they going at, because they could go over there and vent to him, bro. Because now he supports Nets and Knicks basketball all of a something, bro. Like even the last 2 months, apparently.
Real quick, just to pivot.
Nasty
Oh
word.
my
Yo,
Very
God.
disgusting.
real quick, just
Joy,
to pivot.
Joy,
Just to pivot.
you
Real quick, quick, Adar, just to pivot. I'm gonna give you the rock. Just to pivot. Yo, Nick shit the bed. You had it in the palm of the hands. Yo, you did.
The NBA was trying to give them niggas the game.
Well, I don't know about this game right here, but they
40 free throws.
Well, at the end of this game was a crazy fucking free throw call fest. I don't know what the fuck was going on that bullshit.
Because the Knicks was hacking.
Well, Indiana's doing some bullshit too. But real quick, bro. Real quick. All I'm saying is like, yo, you looking like the Dallas Cowboys right now. What can go wrong will go wrong. And you had it in the palm of your fucking hands, my nigga.
Absolutely.
Jesus fucking Christ, dog.
Joy.
Absolutely.
You gave Mikal Bridges nickname, right? Joy.
What nickname?
Nah, Joy gave Mikal Bridges Midkill. And we've been calling him Midkill since he was in Brooklyn, right? This is why I want to clear. Nah, I remember that because I got data. I can backtrack and pull out the videos for that. So
that nigga hit 2 threes though. That nigga was doing something.
Listen.
Inside the backboard.
No, but he's not good.
I'm not worried about nobody on that team, man. All I know is they lost. Next question.
No, the next question is like we've been chatting about over there. Is like, are we really winning or are we losing in Midkill trade? What's your opinion?
We can't determine.
We winning because it's the Knicks, bro. Like we know the Knicks is
not. Don't wait. Hold on, bro. Hold on, my brother.
He's not saying that. He's saying with as far as the trade, are they winning the trade?
Yes, picks wise, are we winning or
listen? Hold on, real quick. I got y'all right now.
It don't matter. It don't matter about the picks. We're winning because it's the Knicks.
Real quick. Hold on, my brother. I got y'all right now. We cannot determine that until we start using the pick. So we have to hold off on the evaluation on the trade, no matter what Mikhail is doing on over there. It don't matter. Mm-hmm. We have to do what we have to do on our side. He could shit the bed, but if we shit the bed worse, what the fuck does that matter? Right?
If they win a championship, we lost. Automatically, we lost.
Well, we know that's not gonna happen. That's number one. Number two, bro. The reason why I say we want to trade is because they gotta sign these. They gotta sign this nigga after this shit any goddamn way. So they might not even have him. So they basically did this shit, bro, to try to put a college team together and try to run it up, bro. Like and then
I think he's taking a pay cut.
I mean, he might as well take a pay cut. He ain't shit anyway. I'm like, what the hell, bro? Like, what we basically got a low budget mid, a nigga that probably deserved a DeJounte Murray contract at best for 5 unprotected picks, my nigga. It's a win regardless, bro. If we know, because we know the Knicks is not winning a goddamn thing.
But
we know that.
Listen, again, and in closing, hold on, I gotta say, Nets fans is the best fans, but I know for a fact. You don't have the same bench production from Quickly and DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo and Quickly, their bench production was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Quickly and DiVincenzo was out of pocket.
And they missing that, bro. So
yeah, DiVincenzo was carrying Minnesota on his back yesterday. I don't know what the fuck Ant was doing.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it's like it's not only the draft picks that they miss out on. They miss out on the defense of Quickly and the microwave scoring of Quickly. The way DiVincenzo is better next to Brunson than Mikal Bridges is. That's how.
Hold up, not to stop you, Breezy, but wasn't Obi topping a part of them draft picks? And then that nigga hit a game. And then that nigga hit a. Didn't he seal the game with a 3 tonight?
Yeah. Y'all talking about the wrong trade. Y'all should be talking about who lost in the Knicks versus Minnesota trade. Now, I mean, or who won in that trade, because that's going on right now. But both of them is down 3-1.
Exactly. Both of them niggas is in the shit. So I don't think neither one of them worked because
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not.
I think Minnesota lost that regardless because Julius Randle has to get paid after the season. He's gonna look for a big check. That's the one reason why they got rid of him. But we won it in our trade because Mikel is looking for new money after this year, so it's not gonna matter.
How much? I don't know. I don't trust that the Knicks are running back with this team, bro.
I don't
If they
trust that
don't
the
get
Knicks
to
are
the
running back
finals,
neither, bro. Like they
I
gonna
don't think
get
they're
down to
getting.
yeah, they're gonna get down to economics, even though the money is gonna go up. And even though Brunson did take a pay cut, he took a pay cut for some bum ass niggas to run it back, and they only run a 7-man rotation. This time next year, they probably gonna have Mike Malone, but it ain't gonna matter because they gonna lose to whoever they play out of the fucking
But
conference finals any damn way.
Now hold on, Leaf. Get some more juice out of that lemon, because I feel like at the end of the day, this is what happened, bro. Jordan, Jalen, what's his name? Jalen Brunson. He did all that being honorable, and again, they gave OG the biggest bag they ever gave anybody off of 22 games. It's like regardless of what, like, and nobody's giving him no kind of flack, bro. OG making
I mean,
that kind of
OG
with the Knicks,
defensively was okay, bro. I mean,
bro.
but
Oh
he
no, bro.
Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
Yo, guys, I made the point. I made the point
you
on
know
the
what? That's
game
the
like
last time I
hoops.
co-signed anybody over there, man. Fuck that bullshit. Yeah, you're
Are
absolutely right. I don't know what I was thinking.
what's his name? Knicks losing the series because Pascal Siakam winning OG and Anunoby. What's his name matchup? Because OG and Anunoby won versus Boston.
That's true.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, but that's not the main reason why they losing this. The main reason why they losing the series is because they're not winning the war of attrition, bro. In the fourth quarter, they are getting gassed out in final minutes of these games to where they're getting in foul trouble. They fouling out. I don't know how they
But
won game.
OG and Anunoby was a huge reason they won versus.
I kind of disagree.
Hold on.
You
Hold
kind
on.
of disagree, bro. They running out of gas every
Listen.
fucking fourth quarter.
Listen, hold
I
on, hold
agree
on.
to that point.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Breeze. Go ahead.
Right. I gotta let me close out, and I gotta agree with Lee before I close out. The reason why I agree when he say that is because they keep swinging the ball, and they too tired to keep chasing the ball when they swing the ball. They play a motion offense to
fact.
find an open guy for the 3-point line, and they'll maybe stay with the Pacers for that first and even maybe that second basketball action, but if the pace, because they play fast, if they could get a third or fourth basketball action and they got to rotate out to the three, the Knicks is leaving the Pacers wide open, or it's a weak contest.
Exactly.
So the war of attrition, they losing that shit because the Pacers is too many basketball actions in one play. It's not like one pick and roll to the basket. No, they looking for the open guy. They trust their teammates, bro, and that's why the Pacers is up on the Knicks, because the Carlisle trusts more of the players on his roster than Tibbs trusts on his
They
roster.
playing a 13-on-7, bro.
Basically, they
Literally.
playing a 13-on-7 because the pace on the game, no pun intended, bro, is basically killing everything that the Knicks built themselves to be, bro. They running with this 7-man rotation. Now they trying to play Shamit and whatchamacallit the others all after these games. They can't even lead these niggas in games that much. We seen the pressures of Truist Sighton, and he was off the court in 4 minutes, bro. He can't be out there, bro. Like because the thing is,
when Kenny said fucking Tibbs wouldn't play 9 guys in a baseball game, I cried.
Oh man, he definitely did say that. But to continue to go on, I've been said what the Knicks' problem is. They got an Undertaker as their head coach. This nigga's gonna play 7 niggas and bury them same 7 niggas, bro, and tell them niggas, yo, you need to guard from 3-point line all the way in the paint, and that's what they have to guard, bro. When it comes to the series, bro, it's about the distance traveled. The Indiana Pacers, they force you to get out to close out on shooters. They force you to close out on the 3-point line on all 5 players. And the Knicks cannot do it for 4 quarters. That's the reason why they are fucking gas and they're fucking weak and they're gonna be fucking out the next game.
Dang, man, you let it fly, man.
Damn.
Real quick. I just want to say real quick. I just want to say another point. I just want to add on. I think really is the offense. Tibbs is doing a bad job of managing the offense side, and I think that's what's really leading to the problem of keeping the pace of the tempo and leading into the pace of the Pacers. Because every time it's a discombobulated offense, everybody doing their own thing, and you can't even get your best players to work at the same time or even together in certain situations. So more times than not, the other team's not taking the ball out of the net, and you're not setting up your half court offense. You're playing into their hand.
Yeah, we had time. We had time.
Yo, it's 30 seconds.
All right, yeah, close it down. Shut it down.
I ain't want to. Damn.
Later.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I gotta end the show, man. Nets fans is the best fans. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be back with more content really soon.